Whether because of discomfort, lack of mobility, your lifestyle, or occupation, you sit inactively way too many hours a day. Introducing Ellipse, the premium quality automatic seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation without physical strain or impact.
It is so quiet that none of my coworkers even know I'm using it.
Strengthen and tone your legs, increase your mobility, flexibility, and balance. Plus, stimulate healthy circulation.
My joints feel better, my knees feel better, my back feels better. It makes me feel stronger too.
Perfect for home therapy. Whisper quiet to use while you work.
My circulation is moving, I'm burning calories, and it makes me feel energetic.
Call now and order Ellipse, the seated exerciser that strengthens legs, increases mobility, and boosts circulation. Call and get upgraded to the Deluxe Bundle. Get the faster motor or 5 miles of steps per hour, the step counter, the sport mat, and wireless remote. Call now.
This October, Bob Johnson has a treat for you. Drive home the 2025 Chevy Trax for just $228 a month. Or go electric with the 2024 Chevy Equinox EV for just $198 a month. Plus, Bob Johnson Chevrolet will beat any local competitor's Chevy offer.
Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet. Bob Johnson Chevrolet.
It's a better place to buy a car.
Hilton battles Aquinas, Friday Night Rivals on CW Rochester.
On the banks of Lake Ontario, the chilled air brings a palpable buzz. The third seed in Class AA is on the table today between Aquinas and Hilton. It's the regular season finale of the law offices of William Mattar Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. And welcome into Hilton High School, everybody. Joe Puccio and Mike Danger with you. Mike, we've got two of the most physical clubs in all of Section 5 in action today.
Absolutely, and you mentioned it, a lot at stake. Hilton wants to win tonight for a chance to host right here at LeBeau Field for sectionals next weekend. And Aquinas might be playing their best football of the season, looking for their third straight win tonight.
That's the kind of football you want to play when the third seed is up for grabs in Class AA. You see it on your screen right there. Both Aquinas and Hilton with the same record. The winner takes that third seed.
Absolutely, and you prep kind of a giant killer in Section 5. If they win tomorrow, they'll rise up to that 4 seed with the loser falling down to the 6 seed here. So a home playoff game in Section 5 sectionals up for grabs here with a 3 seed tonight with the winner.
So let's see the stars here for both sides to see, hey, which players can help get their team into that third spot. And for Aquinas, when you look at Lucas Leone's stats, sometimes you think it's a typo. Almost 80 tackles so far this season.
We have seen Lucas Leone rise through the ranks as a freshman with this little Irish squad, and now top 10 tackles in New York State. He is an absolute tackling machine, and you mentioned it, almost 80 tackles on the season.
And he's a junior. Are you serious? This guy can also play high school football next year. And he will go up against the top back for Hilton's offense, J.J. DiBattisto, the senior back, coming in once again. Such a great downhill runner.
We had the chance to see him earlier this season as they battled first place McQuaid. And he's just a player, Joe, you're going to see leave it all on the field, both sides of the ball. Really impressed by this young man and looking forward to watching him tonight.
So now let's take a look at today's eyed keys to the game. Eyed, the family of dealerships.
Yeah, you know what? For Aquinas, offensively, mind over matter, use that athleticism you have to overcome the size advantage that Hilton might have. Defensively, you've got a lot of experience for this little Irish D. Look for them to try and rattle their sophomore quarterback, and Matt Kasorek there for Hilton. Force Hilton into some third and long situations. And for Hilton, limit those mistakes. Play penalty-free. Avoid drops. Finish drives offensively. Defensively, key on that run. Key on battle, who we'll talk more about here in a bit. Stay disciplined and do your job.
So two different philosophies for Aquinas and Hilton, but the thing is, both of those philosophies work. Both teams come into this game with a 5-2 overall record, and the winner today takes the 3 seed in the Class AA sectional tournament. Aquinas and Hilton kickoff coming up next right here on Friday Night Rivals.
Turn your old deck into dollars with our deck trade-in program. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Our decks outlast wood 3-to-1, and we build your new deck with top quality materials that look great for decades and are virtually maintenance-free. All you have to do is visit tradeinmydeck.com, answer a few quick questions about your deck, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit tradeInMyDeck.com for your new deck today.
I'm Josh Allen. He's Steve Tasker. We are Team West Her.
Check this out. During Jeep Adventure Days and Ram Power Days at West Her Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Fiat. Get the low lease payment that you really want. At West Her, get a great lease payment today on a new 2025 Ram 1500 or on a new 2024 Jeep Compass or new 2024 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Over 800 vehicles ready to drive away today.
Welcome to West Her.
Should have called Kangaroo.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
This Saturday.
Oh, big push. What a run.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs turn up the heat at Homestead, Miami.
Here comes the pack.
It's a Sunshine State showdown where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Side by side down the backstretch. Oh, contact. Big crash. That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs
on CW Rochester.
Back, and we're joined now by the national anthem here in progress. And we are almost ready to go for the regular season finale here in the law offices of William Mattar Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group. Joe Puccio and Mike Danger with you here at Hilton High School. And Mike, we talked about earlier in the game how the 3 seed is up for grabs today, but around Section 5, there are a ton of great teams, and you're going to see a lot of those teams in action today and tomorrow.
Yeah, Mo Jackson, head coach here of Aquinas, second season now, roaming the sidelines for the Little Irish, and knows what kind of expectations come with the role that he's in. They want to win sectionals, flat out. That's Aquinas' goal each and every year. And when you talk about a guy who's a legend in Section 5, I think it would be Rich Lipani for Hilton. There he is. He's wearing the shorts, Joe. You don't know about the shorts, but he's always wearing the shorts. He's a legend in Section 5, longest tenured coach in Section 5, 36 years. And he absolutely knows. You know what you're going to get with a Rich Lipani coach team. Physical, ground and pound, disciplined football. It's going to be an exciting night.
Lipani with the shorts, Jackson with the pants, and it's time for the coin toss here at midfield.
I told them we're going to play it fun. We're going to play within the rules, and most of all, we're going to respect our opponent. Any questions during the game? We want to let you play football tonight because you're 2 very good teams. We expect you to act like that, okay? Okay, Aquinas, you traveled. There's the head. There's the tail. What are you going to call? Heads. He called heads. It is a head. Receive. Back up to the goal you want to defend.
We want to kick this way.
Okay. Okay, you want to kick that way? Go over there. Aquinas, come here. Aquinas won the toss. They're going to receive. Guys, shake up. Good luck tonight.
Aquinas says we want the ball and we're going to score. That is the mentality you need in a game like this, don't you think?
And I also think, you know what, you give Hilton the ball first in this game. There's a very good chance you might not see it until late in the first quarter, the way they like to control the clock with their ground game on the legs of that guy there, J.J. Batista, who we'll be mentioning often tonight.
Yeah, there's two different philosophies here on offense, and we'll see them throughout the day today. But as you mentioned, Hilton, that team, it's a rough and tumble group. They like to kill the clock. Aquinas, they're going to spread the field out, try and get some horizontal movement going and get the ball to a bunch of different players. So we'll see that offense on the field first today. Hilton will kick from left to right, and Aquinas attacks the left end zone to start today's game. Both teams with the same record, 5-2 overall. The winner of today's game gets the third seed in the AA sectional tournament that begins next week.
Number 27, Tyler Rieger to kickoff for your cadets.
Look at Tyler Rieger, who has a massive leg. We've seen him earlier this year. We saw him, Joe, against McQuaid and Rieger. He can do some things in the kicking game for this cadet squad.
Sophomore sets the ball on the tee. Two back deep to return for Aquinas, including that man, Jeffrey Logan III, the junior running back. Let's start it off. Final week of the regular season. Playoff spot on the line as the return begins inside the 15-yard line and goes for nearly 30 yards. The Little Irish drive begins at their own 38-yard line thanks to the return from the sophomore Noah Collins-Howard. So now here comes the Aquinas offense on the field, led by their sophomore quarterback, Trent Buttles. And you're thinking, oh, he's a sophomore. It's got to be his first season, right? No, this is his second year commanding the Little Irish offense. And as you see on your screen, he's had one heck of a campaign.
Absolutely, 6 touchdowns coming into tonight, and you know he's the guy that's gonna he's gonna be the main cog of this engine to make things go for the Little Irish offense.
Tons of playmakers behind Buttles, playmakers out wide as well. So we'll see how Aquinas attacks on this first drive. Fakes the pitch and a throw out to the left, a catch and a completion just past the 45-yard line. That throw to Thomas Levins gives Buttles over 1,000 yards in the air on the season, and more importantly, Aquinas has a first down on his first play. Let's take a look at this entire Aquinas offense today, presented by the law office of William Mattar. Hurt in a car, call William Mattar. Noah Collins-Howard, 12 catches, 376 yards on the season. We'll see how number 4 gets involved today for Aquinas. Another first down snap and the handoff to Darion Battle. And he's still on his feet near the 35-yard line, dragged down by a couple of linebackers, including Kyle Serro, a senior linebacker. Alongside of Serro, here's the rest of Hilton's defense. The Cadets running with 4 linemen, 4 linebackers. You don't really see a 4-4 set nowadays, but here in high school football, that tends to be the case. Second and short here for Aquinas, who's been moving the ball well this drive. Pitch out to Battles, got some blockers on the right side, cuts it up the hash, and he's dragged down just outside of the red zone. Darion Battle coming into today's game, one of the top backs in all of Section 5.
Yeah, the senior running back averaging just under 97 rushing yards a game, 10 touchdowns on the season, and you can see he's got size, he's got speed, he's got power. He's going to be a problem for this Hilton defense tonight.
Aquinas spreading out the offense as well, having the running back Battle with a lot of space with the football in his hand. This time he takes the handoff up the middle, and he's tackled by Tyler Serro just off that line. What have you seen so far from this Aquinas drive that has been successful?
Yeah, good physicality up front, the big passing play, nice separation on that play by Levins, and the big play there, right? But the run game appears to be working as well. That last play, nice job getting penetration there by Serro, the defensive end for Hilton, number 50.
That run for Battle goes for no yards, so second down and 10. First play where Aquinas didn't get any yards. Buttles back to pass. Floats it to the end zone. Did he get a foot down? Yes, he did. Touchdown, Little Irish. Noah Collins-Howard with his first touchdown of the game. The American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown for the sophomore Collins-Howard, making an impact early.
Wow, and what an incredibly placed throw by Buttles as well. You had some pretty decent coverage there downfield. A second defender coming in to try and break that play up. Perfectly placed pass there towards the boundary of the end zone for Buttles, and a great job hauling it in by Collins-Howard.
Good call by Mo Jackson as well to ask for the ball because his team gets 7 points in the first drive. Noah Collins-Howard, he had his longest catch of the year last week, 76 yards for a score against Rush Henrietta, and he matches it once again with a touchdown in the opening drive here in the regular season finale of Friday Night Rivals. It's Aquinas on top, 7-0.
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too. Go, go, go!
Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Easy as pie, right? 5 plays, 62 yards, and a 26-yard catch for Noah Collins-Howard gives Aquinas the first lead in today's game.
And you would think Aquinas probably knew what they were doing there. They said they wanted the ball to start the game. They marched down the field with relative ease there against Hilton's defense, and it was all capped by a perfectly placed pass by Buttles and a great catch on the other end by Collins-Howard.
Joshua Campbell the kick for the Little Irish. And it's booted to the other kicker, Tyler Rieger. Gets some blockers up the near hash, is still on his feet, and tumbles down at the 35-yard line. So now here's our first look at the Hilton offense. This is a team that loves to run the ball, loves to take time off the clock. So Hilton might have the ball for a while here, folks. Don't go to the bathroom. Make sure you have your snacks ready because the cadets love to run the ball, and they've done it well this year.
They do. And we also, when we had the chance to talk to Coach Lipani earlier, he mentioned that he does like the protection that he's getting from his offensive line this season. He does like his receivers this season, and he likes his sophomore quarterback, and Matt Kasarik trusts him with this offense. So don't be surprised if they deviate from plan a little bit here, maybe throw it out a little bit more.
Well, it's a handoff on the first play, and Di Battista gets near the 40-yard line. The top back for Hilton, we talked about him earlier in this game. And now let's see the rest of the players alongside of Di Battista. Kasarik, you mentioned, as the quarterback as well. Fullback set for Hilton. You saw that on the first play. Calvin Starwell has been a guy that has been in the backfield and can line up out wide for this Cadets offense.
Yeah, keep an eye on Braden Pike, too, the tight end at 6'1", 219. The senior is a playmaker in the pass game and has that size that Kasarik will be looking for here tonight.
2nd down and 6 for Rich Lipani's offense. And it's a short gain, if anything. Maybe back to the line of scrimmage. Solid tackle. Frankie Burgess, the junior defensive end, makes the stop. This is a defensive unit that has been stellar for Aquinas this year, holding opponents to under a touchdown in most of its games this year.
Yeah, Lucas Leone is the one you want to watch. I mean, he's one of the top tacklers in New York State and will be all over the field tonight. This Aquinas defense going to try and use their athleticism here against a bigger physical offensive line of the Hilton Cadets.
First 3rd down in today's game. Hilton set up with Kasarik in the shotgun. Rolls out, looking for a receiver. He's got one. Threads the needle. And a first down for Hilton. That was a beautiful throw and catch to Gianluca Ariuso. Right in between all 3 of those defenders, Mike. That's a tough throw to make.
Yeah, well-threaded pass there by Kasarik and Ariuso. You know, look, you hold on to the football, right? You make the catch when your number is called, and a big play there for the sophomore wide receiver, Luca Ariuso.
1st down and 10 run for Hilton. Gain of a couple, and the stop made by Lucas Leone, the man who we talked about earlier today, just made his 80th tackle of the season. 80 tackles in now 7 games and less than a quarter. 7 games and less than a quarter for Lucas Leone. He has been on a tear. And if Aquinas gets that 3rd spot in the playoff and is hosting that first round of sectionals, watch out for that, man. He doesn't have to travel for his first game. That's a big difference. 2nd and 8 here for Hilton. Kasarik gives off to the fullback stalwart, and he is wrapped up in the backfield. Quante Gilliams, the senior nose tackle, all 6'4", taking down the running back.
Yeah, the speed of Aquinas' defense on display here, and before you know it, you've got Gillians in the background. Starwell has nowhere to go, and a big loss on the play here now, a 3rd and long, which is not what it doesn't really play to Hilton's strengths. However, we did see Kasarik make that long completion here and convert earlier in this drive, so let's see if they go to the air again.
And Hilton's looking for a little bit of a spark offensively. 2 weeks ago, a 28-0 loss to Fairport, and then last week, a win at Penfield, but just 7-6. See if Kasarik can get it rolling on 3rd down. He's hit as he's thrown, and the ball falls down incomplete. This little Irish defense is hounding the football.
Yeah, Darian Battle with a rush, and Kasarik just getting rid of it to kind of preserve himself there. In the vicinity of a receiver, but this play was kind of doomed when you see the push up front. Great big hit at the end of the play as well.
Aquinas brought 6 that time, and we talked about this coming into the game. Hilton is supposed to be the more physical team, but what we're seeing so far is Aquinas' athletes are battling pretty well with the Cadets. Punt unit out, almost blocked. Flying towards the end zone and makes a nice Hilton bounce out of bounds inside the 10.
Joe, you might have to tell me how that wasn't blocked. I have no idea. That was a big special teams play. And it turned out to be a pretty good special teams play for Hilton there with the kick being pinned there inside the 5.
Yeah, Braden Pike, the punter, looking up to the black sky here at Hilton saying, thank you. This ball didn't get blocked. Wow.
Great effort there, and I stand corrected. I think, did they say it went out at the 13? It went out at the 13.
A little bit of breathing room. Aquinas started its first drive at the 38, so vastly different. And now Rich Lipani has to make some decisions here in this ultra. Lipani has to make this decision in this incredibly important drive. A first down give to Darian Battle, and he is brought down to the turf. The defensive tackle for Hilton, Caleb Grayson, comes in and makes the stop.
Yeah, Grayson just getting around his blocker with some relative ease and staying with the play, catching up to Battle from behind on that one.
First play in the negative direction today for Aquinas. Seen the little Irish do a little bit of everything. They scored on their first drive on a 26-yard passing touchdown to Collins Howard. 2nd and long, and a handoff to Battle again. This time the defensive line gets outside and makes the tackle for a short gain. Hilton now showing that it can, hey, you guys want to spread this game out wide? We can play it too.
Yeah, and defensively, their formation on that one, they had 2 high safeties, so they were, playing a little bit more spread out, but a good job by the first 2 levels of that defense to prevent any sort of big game in the run game there by Battle.
J.J. DiBattisto in to make the tackle. Lead running back for Hilton on offense, playing the linebacker role for the Cadets on defense. So a 3rd and 10. Aquinas in 3rd down for the first time today. 3 backs, but they're going to throw, and the pass is incomplete. In and through the hands of Thomas Levins, the sophomore wideout. And so Aquinas is forced off the field. Here comes the punt unit.
Big stand for Hilton. They needed that after that first drive, and it'd be interesting to see if offensively they can get anything going there. You can see the pass just a little bit off. Would have been close to a first down had they completed that.
So Aquinas will punt things away. The returner for Hilton standing at midfield. Matthew Kasarik, the quarterback and punt returner for Hilton. Right-footed is blocked. If it's recovered in the end zone, it's a touchdown, and the Cadets have it. Special teams, special plays. Hilton on the scoreboard. Kyle Cerro sprints in, gets the block, and scores the touchdown for the Cadets.
Well, on senior night, you think Kyle Cerro is going to remember that play, the play that he made to even this game up in special teams, a blocked punt recovered in the end zone for Hilton, and a chance to even things up here with an electric play on special teams.
Santino Young's punt gets blocked by Cerro, and the Cadets are an extra point away from tying it up, and that's exactly what they do. Give Caleb Grayson the nod. That man right there, number 10 for Hilton, getting his paws on the football. Aquinas almost blocked a punt. Hilton said, you know what, we can actually do one better than you. This game is knotted up at 7 in the first quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's the law offices of William Mattar, Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group.
Hello? Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over. Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Prior to the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. Mike Danger, we might have just seen it. I don't know what's going to beat a blocked punt for a touchdown. But, yeah, that's the number one candidate right now for the fence of the game.
A special teams defense play of the game.
Sure,
a special defense play of the game.
Here's the USA Insulation kickoff, as Aquinas takes it out past the 40 near midfield. And the Little Irish have better starting field position than they did on their last drive. The last drive, they started at their own 13. This drive, it's only 50 yards to get to the end zone. And we saw Aquinas do it in their first drive, moving the ball really well. But in the second drive, do you think perhaps it was just a chance of the ball being so far back in their own side they couldn't get their offense moving?
Right. It makes me a little bit nervous if you're a Hilton supporter that you're seeing Aquinas start this drive right almost at midfield. And given what they did with that first drive, you have to, hey, you need your defense to make a stop here. Let's get them off the field as soon as possible.
Sophomore quarterback Trent Buttles under center. And he gives the handoff to Darion Battle. Has a couple blockers in front of him, but dragged down at his ankle for a gain of about 3 on the play. Darion Battle getting a lot of touches early on in this game. Even though Aquinas has had success throwing the ball, there is still that emphasis on trying to run the ball.
And I'd be curious to see if Aquinas tries to use their speed again on the outside like we saw in that first drive and makes some big plays here in the passing game. You can see Hilton kind of lining up to defend that run of Aquinas.
8 in the box for the Cadets on 2nd and 7. And Aquinas goes back to the run game. The ball's out. Popcorns to the near sideline, and the Cadets get the football. Unless it went out of bounds, the Cadets are no longer celebrating. And it's Aquinas that keeps the football.
Tough break.
Oh, man.
Look at the hit here put on by Braden Pike, number 2. Just as the ball, it looked like the ball wasn't really ever secured after that handoff as well. But a big break, and you can see Rich Lipani's frustration. He knows that's an opportunity you don't get very often when you're facing Aquinas.
So the ball goes out of bounds on Hilton's 47. The 3rd and 7 is coming up, but the officials have blown the play dead for a moment. So now we're good to go. 3rd down and 5 officially. Aquinas back in 3rd down for the 2nd time today, and this time it's a pitch to Battle. Has blockers off to the right, gets the yardage to gain, and is wrapped up at the 35-yard line. 1st down for Aquinas.
Number 5, Darion Battle.
Kangaroo 1st down, Lakeside Roofing and Contracting. Home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Yeah, and on that last run, I want you to keep an eye on number 25. That's Tano Ariuso with the lead block here for some extra yardage. Just pushing his guy downfield. Battle knows what to do. 1st down, Aquinas. This drive is still moving forward, even though you almost had that a potential disaster for the Little Irish.
You almost just have to throw that out, right?
Yeah,
Say,
right.
hey, we still have the football.
Short memory.
Exactly. First down and 10. And a handoff from Buttles to Battle. Tackled at the 35-yard line. This Hilton defensive line is showing its physicality early on. Yet another tackle for number 40, Calvin Starwald, the fullback on offense and the nose tackle here on defense.
No gain in the play, number 2nd down and 10.
Seems like Aquinas has more success when the ball is outside the tackles, trying to move it down the field. And this Aquinas offense and defense, for that matter, is just littered with athletes.
Yeah, it was one of our keys, right? Use Hilton's size. Hilton might have size. You have some athleticism here, and try to use that to your advantage.
2nd down and 10. Fake handoff, and the pitch outside. Some green grass for Jeffrey Logan. And now he finds the black grass. Touchdown, Lil Irish. Jeffrey Logan shushes the crowd on an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. When you give these Little Irish some room to run, they make it count.
Not only that, just great blocking downfield, great execution on the play, a little misdirection with the fake handoff. And again, great blocking downfield. That speed, use Logan's speed to his advantage, get around the edge and take the pater.
Josh Campbell on for the PAT, and he drills it. So Aquinas now with a touchdown lead, 14-7.
So 5-play, 51-yard drive there for Aquinas. And, yeah, with the exception of the one drive where they were pinned back inside their own 20, they've kind of had their way offensively here against this Cadet defense.
Another look at the touchdown here. That's the misdirection that you talk about, right, Mike? Yeah. That pitch outside, the defense was fooled because those rushers were looking at Battle.
Yeah, and you saw the blocking downfield by Aquinas. Just really well executed play, good discipline. You could see their Little Irish holding their blocks there. Speed kills on the outside as well to sit for 6.
Both coaches are kind of living up to what they talked about coming into this game, right? Hilton wanted to have the football, pound it right down the middle, while Aquinas wanted to move the ball outside, get their playmakers into some space. And 5 plays, 51 yards. Now both of these touchdowns have been over 25 yards. Logan with that 35-yard rush, and then earlier on in the first quarter, Noah Collins-Howard had that 26-yard touchdown catch.
2:13 eaten off the clock with that last scoring drive there for Aquinas as well. We're still in the first quarter. We got 21 points on the board.
How about this?
I like it.
With the 3rd seed on the line here in Class AA, both teams are living up to the hype. Campbell kicks it off, and the return begins just outside of the 10-yard line. Tyler Rieger on the return. He's brought down at the 30-yard line. So Hilton's offense didn't get anything going really in its first drive, had to punt it away. Luckily, the punt pinned Aquinas back so far, but the Cadets blocked a punt and scored a touchdown that way. So what are you looking to see out of this Hilton offense here in their second drive?
I just want to see the physicality that we've come to expect from Hilton. You know, let's see that run game get going with J.J. DiBattista, and let's see if they get a little bit of a push up front against this Aquinas defensive line.
DiBattista, the back, number 35. And he takes the first down handoff, sprints up the middle, stays on his feet, and nosedives near the line to gain. He's either got the first down or it's a 2nd and an inch upcoming here for Hilton.
Yeah, and DiBattista's been a workhorse all season long, and has been battling through little nicks and pains. And at this point of the season, everybody's got something, right? Nobody's at 100%, but You'll see DiBattista get spelled from time to time. But he is such a difference maker for them on offense, and when they can get him involved, as they just did on that play, good things usually happen.
So officially a first down on the 10-yard rush, and so DiBattista gets another call to the line. But this time, Aquinas brings him down just 3 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's Burgess with the tackle, a big defensive tackle for the Little Irish as well. The athleticism of the Irish on both sides of the ball. These guys, they're just such well-coached, disciplined teams. I can see a lot of missed tackles. Burgess, impressive junior for the Little Irish.
I mean, how often do you see college rosters with hometown Rochester, New York, and then school Aquinas Institute.
That's right.
That time the Cadets pushed near midfield. Another rush from DiBattisto. And with J.J. DiBattisto, 5'10", 211, a stocky back, but he has showcased a ton of speed out of that backfield.
Yeah, he's just overall, he's a great athlete. He wrestles in the winter, plays baseball in the spring, wants to play at the next level. Gets fired up before the game by listening to some Metallica, Motley Crue, Pearl Jam.
When was he born? 2005?
He's gonna play with his head on fire tonight.
Gotta love a dad that gets some rock into your Apple Music. DiBattisto once again. He gets the first down. Striking just near the 45-yard line. Another kangaroo first down.
Joe, this looks like Hilton football. This looks like a Hilton offense now. You're just running the ball, you're eating clock, and you're controlling the line of scrimmage.
We'll see if the Cadets run another play here before the end of the quarter. But it seems like Coach Lipani is discussing things already with a couple Cadets on the near sideline. So for whom the bell tolls at the end of the first quarter, it's Aquinas that leads by a touchdown. 21 points in the first 12 minutes. That's what happens when a playoff spot is on the line. 14-7, Aquinas on top. You're watching the law offices of William Matar. Friday Night Lights, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group.
Don't settle for a less than perfect yard. Now is the time for change. Build your dreams today by enhancing the beauty and safety of your home with a new fence, porch, or deck from the Vinyl Outlet. Take advantage of our 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Act today. It's the best time to save on your new fence, deck, or porch. Schedule your appointment now.
Let us transform your home.
He's at the 20, at the...
We fix that. We fix that. We fix that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Because the rain is back in a big way, but there is hope. Just cloudy skies out there. Well, we've got some showers in this race.
Oh, that is bright. You need to just call Kangaroo.
Yeah.
I would just call them.
Give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
This week on CW Sports Saturday, the South's oldest rivalry kicks off when North Carolina battles Virginia.
Touchdown!
Then, the heat is on in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs at Homestead, Miami, where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Down the backstretch. Oh, big crash. That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
A full day of action on CW Sports Saturday.
On CW Rochester.
Stay tuned for the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report, the best at what we do. We'll have this week's Triple O heating, cooling, electrical, and plumbing scholar athletes. Service so good, you'll find a reason to call. We'll also showcase our participating school administrators, first half highlights, and more. We've had a lot of highlights so far in this game. 21 combined points in the first quarter. And so the Hilton Cadets looking to tie up the ball game here as we start the second. Joe Puccio and Mike Danger with you at Hilton High School. And the home Cadets have the football. And yet another handoff to J.J. DiBattisto. Stays on his feet after rushing into a pile of Aquinas linebackers. And DiBattisto works his legs for a first down.
Number 35, John DiBattisto.
Well, you said it. He just keeps those legs churning. He is a force to bring down, and he bounces it out to the outside there, gets a few extra yards, comes to the sideline to get a quick spell. But that offense is so potent when DiBattisto is playing the way we're seeing him play this drive.
I chuckled there because he's had a ton of carries here on this drive already. So, yeah, how about you step aside for just a little bit after picking up that Tracy Door Company first down. So the backup running back, Reber, makes the first down and 10 rush. That time brought down by Aquinas' defensive line. A gang of Little Irish stepped in to make the tackle. Tyler Rieger, the sophomore, 6'1", 175. And a tackle made by the linebacker, C.J. Flaherty. Flaherty, 49 tackles on the season, 43 of them solo tackles. Gain of 3 for Tyler Rieger and Hilton's offense. He's back there for the second down and 7 play. Gets the football once again, and he's tripped up at the 20-yard line. Nice tackle by Jeffrey Logan, the linebacker, who we saw score a touchdown on the last Aquinas drive as the backup running back.
Jeffrey Logan on the tackle.
As you mentioned earlier, right, Mike, this is Hilton football. It's 2 yards and a cloud of dust.
That's right. And at 3rd and 5, a 3rd and manageable. And again, Coach Lipani has mentioned it to us through the course of this season that he likes his receivers. He likes the protection that he gets out of his offensive line and trusts Kasorek to make a play through the air if necessary. Let's see if they go to the air here for 3rd and 5 to pick it up.
They do. Kasorek throws out wide, tipped up and incomplete. Nice job by the Aquinas defensive back to cut in the middle of that route. Joshua Ernst, the senior DB, steps in, breaks up the football.
Yeah, Ernst saw that one coming a mile away, didn't he? And boy, that would have been a disastrous play for Kasorek in this Hilton offense, because I don't think Ernst had anything in front of him. That would have been 6 if he was able to secure that ball.
One step, throw to the right side. Wow. Ernst belly flops to get in the way of that. I don't know why his hands are on his head. What, he want an interception on that? He had one heck of a play.
Yeah.
So 4th down and 5. Hilton's going for it. I form. They fake the give. Rieger loses the football, looking to throw. He still got it somehow, and he's wrapped up by his head. Aquinas forces Hilton off the field. Quante Gilliams in the backfield again. The mean 6'4" nose tackle gets in to give the Little Irish the ball.
No, what a big play. Hilton trying a little sleight of hand there, a little bit of a trick play. Gillian's not fooled. Once he's in the backfield, he knows what to do. As you can see, like Rieger was ready to launch one, but Gillian's on the spot.
And it looked like the quarterback, Kasorek, was sprinting out to the left, perhaps
you would have been the intended receiver.
Yeah, right, an alternative Philly special there for Hilton, but instead it's a turnover on downs, and Aquinas has a chance to make this a 2-score game. Little Irish back on offense with Trent Buttles at quarterback. Sophomores looked fantastic so far through today's game. And he's back to pass on 1st down and 10. Ball tipped up at the line and lands incomplete. Hunter Tracy knocks down the pass on the defensive line. Number 78 getting juiced up here for the Cadets.
Yeah, there's another player for Hilton that's looking to play football in college, looking to maybe Brockport or Cortland. And high praise for his quarterback, too, by the way. When we had the chance to speak with him earlier, he believes he's really going to be good in the future. He keeps his spirits up as the center on the offensive side of the ball. And on defense, you saw him make a big play there just by getting his hands up. That's big number 78, Hunter Tracy for the Cadets.
Big aspirations to go play at Cortland as well. Reigning D3 national champs. They're off to a great start this year. 2nd down and 10 for the Little Irish. This time a give to Darion Battle. Trying to find his way through the line, and he's brought down in the backfield. Flag comes out. First penalty in today's game.
Holding, number 6 offense. Penalties refused. 3rd down.
So Quante Gillian's the tight end who came up with the tackle for loss to force the turnover on the previous Hilton drive. He gets called for a hold. It's important to note that's the first penalty in this game, and when we were listening into the coin toss, the referee said, we're going to let you guys play because these are 2 great football teams.
Yeah, absolutely. You see Gillian's there trying to prevent Sereau from making a play on defense. We already saw Sereau make a big play on special teams as well. So Gillian's with the hold. They declined the penalty for 3rd and long here.
Yeah, the Cadets said, hey, we like the result of that play, a loss of 3. And so Aquinas has 3rd and 13. Buttles, pirouettes, scans for options, tucks it in, has some space near sideline, picks up the 1st down and more. Steps out of bounds. Where exactly? at the 44-yard line. So Aquinas wanted more yards, but somehow, some way, Trent Buttles on the ground picks up a first down for Aquinas.
What unbelievable vision by Buttles on this play. I mean, count the Hilton defenders that have him. 1, 2, there's a third. And he's able to escape, evade, and gain the first down. Boy, I'm telling you, defensively, that's one that's going to hurt Hilton. That has to feel bad. You had him pinned back, 3rd and long, and you're not able to bring down the quarterback when you had enough guys in the backfield to do so. That's tough.
Might be the most entertaining Tracy Door Company first down we've seen in this game today. Inside handoff to Jeffrey Logan, and he's off to the races again. To the end zone. His 2nd touchdown of the game. The backup running back, Jeffrey Logan, with his 2nd score. And Aquinas is up by 2 scores.
Much like we saw with his first touchdown, man, he gets into the open field. That speed is hard to catch. He is electric with the ball in his hands, and he's got his 2nd touchdown of the night here to give Aquinas the 2-score lead.
The eyes are on Darian Battle, number 5, but it's number 15 that's been a star today for Aquinas. Joshua Campbell on for his 3rd point after attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. 19 for 20 on the season for the senior kicker. And Aquinas playing comfortable football right now. They're doing whatever they want on these Hilton Cadets. Well, Irish up 21-7 here in the second half. We'll be right back here on Friday Night Rivals.
Joey, Grandpa's coming over. Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Big play after big play after big play. That's what we're seeing from Aquinas so far in that last drive. A 44-yard rushing touchdown for Jeffrey Logan. Mike Danger, that's his 2nd of the game.
That was a big play, but let's not forget about the play that set up that big play, and that was the elusive ability of quarterback Trent Buttles in the backfield, escaping, scrambling, and getting a first down and 3rd and long, using his legs to propel the Aquinas to the end zone once again with that 44-yard rushing touchdown.
On the USA Insulation kickoff, the Cadets' return begins at the 10-yard line. Tyler Rieger picks up some blockers, stiffs arm another, and he is close to midfield. Dragged down at the 45. Excellent starting field position for Hilton as they look to try and cut back into this ball game. The offense is doing Hilton Cadet types things, right? 3-yard rush, 4-yard rush, but in 3rd down situations, that Aquinas defense has answered the bell.
Yeah, and they've shown to be as athletic as advertised, right? You might have some size here with Hilton, but it's been a hard thing for them to match up with so far with the athleticism of a guy like Gillians, who's broken up a few plays, and boy, on the outside as well, you've got good corner play by this little Irish defense that's made passing the ball to the outside really tough for sophomore quarterback Matt Kasarik.
So the Cadets have first down and 10 at their own 46. Kasarik in the shotgun, QB keeper, sprints up the middle and lowers his shoulder down just past midfield. Closed captioning for today's game is brought to you by The Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. Joe Buccio and Mike Danger with you here at Hilton High School, the regular season finale here in Class AA. The winner of today's game between Aquinas and Hilton gets the 3 seed in the AA sectional tournament. And more importantly, home field in that first round battle against the 6 seed right now that is projected to be University Prep, who battles Penfield tomorrow. 2nd down and 3, and the handoff to the big back. DiBattisto off the left tackle, dragged down at the 40 and picks up another Tracy Door Company first down. For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
35, John DiBattisto on the carry.
DiBattista scored the lone touchdown last week for Hilton in a 7-6 win over the Penfield Patriots. And DiBattista has been the man to call for Hilton today.
Told us earlier this year he's a big Christian McCaffrey fan. He's looking a lot like CMC on this drive.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of CMC runs like that. 5 yards right up the middle, a downhill rush for DiBattista. And he is laying down on the turf right now. Oh, no. Hands up by his helmet. J.J. DiBattista, arguably the most talented player on this Hilton roster, laying down on the field as both teams go to the sideline. You hate to see this, especially at this point in the season.
Well, DiBattista has been such a workhorse on both sides of the ball for this cadet team. And I mentioned earlier, I don't think there's any player out in the field right now that's 100%, but you hate to see any sort of serious injury here this late in the season from somebody who means so much to this program.
Here it's quiet here at the stadium. Take a look here. Yeah, perhaps he just got his ankle rolled up there at the end. The claps from Hilton supporters. DiBattista right there, as you see, coming off the field on his own power. That's a good sign.
Sure is. And we saw him getting his ankle taped a little extra before the game as well. I'm sure that we'll probably see him on the trainer's table adding a little bit more to it. I hope we get the chance to see him come back into this game, but he's a fun player to watch.
It is second down and 4.
So perhaps we see Tyler Rieger, fill in as the running back. He's run a couple of times as the backup tailback. So now the 6'1 sophomore should be thrusted into that RB1 spot as long as DiBattista is all right. Second down and 4. And the give to Rieger. Runs inside of the right guard. And tackle just inside the 30. The Cadets O-line points to their left, which indicates yet another Hilton first down presented by the Tracy Door Company.
Now, Rieger's been in this role a lot this season. He's been a dynamic playmaker for this Hilton offense throughout the course of the first 7 games of this season. So this isn't foreign territory, and trust me, he's going to know what to do when he gets his opportunity here with DiBattista on the sideline.
Rieger with another give. And the Aquinas defensive line sneaks out any sort of attempt. That time C.J. Flaherty, the senior linebacker, comes in to make the tackle.
And our director, Eric Carpy, reminding me that when we had the chance to see Hilton against McQuaid earlier this season, it was actually Rieger who not only had a touchdown on offense, but also a big pick on defense. Just a big playmaker. As a sophomore, you imagine he's got a real bright future with this program.
Real good year for Hilton overall as a team, too. Some of those big plays you mentioned helped them get to this 5-2 record. Only 2 losses to McQuaid and Fairport. Cadets to the end zone. It's overthrown. Intended for Noah Tidings, the senior receiver. We haven't said his name at all so far today. And now the senior wideout gets his first target, but it's just over the top of his head.
Nolan Tidings had a step. And, man, this is just a couple feet too far in front of him here. You want just maybe a little bit more accuracy from Matt Kasarek on that throw, because you might not get many more opportunities like that in the passing game against this Aquinas defense.
Yeah, put the hands on the head for sure.
You know there's frustration there. What an opportunity missed.
The only thing that was off about that throw was the distance. It was a great spiral, great drop back by Kasarek. Just has to get that final piece of the puzzle. So it's 3rd down and 8. We'll see if they throw again. And the Cadets do. Kasarek evades a sack, steps up, throws over the middle, intercepted. Picked off at the 10 by Trent Buttles. There is a flag at the line of scrimmage. The Cadets aren't coming off the field just yet.
Holding number 77. Penalties refused. Interception takes over. First down.
Mason Suro, the senior guard, gets called for a hold. Aquinas obviously declines that penalty, and the Little Irish get the ball back.
Unfortunate by Kasarek, who just missed the touchdown the play before, and you go back to him in the passing game hoping that you can make a big play. And, boy, you kind of thrown into double coverage there. You had Buttles just kind of playing center field and making the most out of that opportunity with the interception. You see the hold on the play. Go ahead and decline that. And Aquinas is back in business now with the ball inside the 10-yard line.
So the man who got that interception, Trent Buttles, he's now under center. Quarterback for the Little Irish. Takes the first down snap. Throws deep down the near sideline. It's broken up. Incomplete. Solid hands by the corner. Luis Giorgione steps in to make the stop.
Yeah, Giorgione with great coverage on that play. Really can't ask for more from the senior corner. And it would have taken a miraculous catch for this to be complete. Good protection up front. And just a great job at the end of that play by Giorgione to break it up.
How often do you see high school football players or the quarterbacks dropping back, trying to throw a dime down the near sideline, but then on top of that, to have a DB who throws his hands up and makes a solid play? That looked like a college play. Second down and 10 for Aquinas. Back to the run game. Battle almost gets bottled up, but evades a couple tacklers. Sprints to the near sideline, picks up a block, and he's tripped up just past the 30. Flag comes in from the back judge at the end of the play. We're starting to see more flags come in here in the second quarter. Both sides unsure of where this infraction or who this infraction is going against. But regardless, what an incredible run by Darian Battle.
Yeah, it was. And if you're Hilton defensively, you got to start wondering, like, what do we got to do to wrap these guys up? Because we've seen some plays get extended when they probably need to be wrapped up.
Well, illegal blindside block on White. That'll be half the distance from the goal. Spotted a foul. Repeat second down.
Yeah, I thought I saw what looked like a blindside block there, and a Hilton defender on the turf kind of going, what do I got to do to get a flag here? As you can see, you got him pinned back with the evasive Battle and that blindside block right there.
Yep.
That's Levens with the blindside block.
And it seemed like the Hilton defensive player, too, kind of got hit up by his head.
Yeah.
Went down to the turf, so that'll always be called. So the great run by Battle gets called back. Second down and 6 now for the Little Irish. I form and the give to the wide receiver. Collins Howard on the far sideline. Already has a touchdown today, but that time he is close to the first down marker.
Number 4, Noah Collins Howard on the
And he just gets the first down. 6-yard rush for the sophomore wideout. Moves to 6 for a Tracy Door Company first down. For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Boy, it's really something when you see these young student athletes get to speed like you just saw in that play. The Collins Howard is fast, and this Aquinas team is so athletic. You wonder if anybody can in Section 5 can match that kind of speed. That was impressive.
McQuaid and Fairport would certainly like to try and bottle that up.
Absolutely.
Getting closer and closer to the end of the season here. First down and 10. And a handoff to Battle again. This time, no flags, no almost bottled up. That time, just a rush of about 3. And a nice stop from number 2 on Hilton, Braden Pike. Tight end, D-end, punter for the Cadets. He makes the tackle. Gain of 4 sets up second down and 6. And there is the head coach for the Hilton Cadets, Rich Lipani, 36 years at the helm for Hilton. The 5th coach in Section 5 history with over 200 wins. And I bet you not one of those wins he was wearing pants.
He is a legacy.
How do you wear shorts in 40-degree weather? I don't understand. A pitch outside. Nice creation here from Aquinas. As Logan is twirled out of bounds, but there is a flag once again, this time near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Shane Hoyt here for a hold. And this one might come back. It's number 72 for the Little Irish.
Holding penalty against the Little Irish.
We didn't see a single flag in the first quarter. And now we've seen a handful of them here in the second.
Number 55 offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Second down.
Stand corrected. That's Leone.
Leone, the left tackle. Yeah, that's...
It is of the 10-yard
And I think the WWE might be calling after that. Lucas Leone, incredible defensive player. The anchor left tackle for this Aquinas offense. Player to watch on both sides of the ball throughout this game.
Down and 14 for Aquinas.
This Aquinas offensive line has done a great job as well. It's tough to block for a running back when he's always running over to the sideline, but this offensive line's done a great job. 2nd down and 14 for the Little Irish. Some whistles come in. Back judge and the referee come together. Perhaps we have a play clock issue. So we'll just make sure that clock's all good to go.
Yeah, we got to change that 2nd down to 3rd down. Or 3rd down to 2nd down, rather.
3:38.
No problem with the game clock, though. 3:38 here in the second, and it was a back-and-forth game at the start of that first quarter. Both teams score, but ever since then, it's been all Little Irish in this one. Clock is right, score is right, down and distance is right. Here's 2nd and 14. A zip over the middle by Buttles, caught by Collins Howard, dragged down just short of the 40. Exactly at the 41-yard line, and they'll move the sticks once again. Collins Howard is a big play target for Aquinas. We saw him with a 26-yard touchdown early in the first quarter, and now every time he gets the football, it's over a gain of 20 yards.
Yeah, and Buttles with the quick release on that play, exploiting the middle of the field, the middle of that Hilton defense. I mean, they were playing too high on that, and, man, they moved so quick, it was hard for them to react in time to stop Collins Howard for the big gain there.
In Aquinas' win last week, 50-24 at home against Rush Henrietta. Three receptions, 100 yards, and a touchdown for the sophomore wideout. 1st and 10. Jeffrey Logan, his name is called. Pushing forward like he's a sled. Tackled at the 43, so a small gain on the play, but a lot of physicality on that play. That's a good microcosm of what we expected coming into this game. Just physicality on physicality right there.
Braden Pike, the senior linebacker, in on that tackle as well. A lot of size there, 6'1", 219.
Aquinas taking a page out of Hilton right now. Killing that clock, making sure everyone's good to go. Entering into 2-minute drill territory for Aquinas. Already up by 2 scores. Man in motion, Collins Howard, he gets the football. 2 blockers in front of him. Closes by the 45. Past the yard to gain, stays in bounds. And he's pushed out. Yet another Aquinas first down. The Tracy Door Company for 3 generations. Stay tuned for the Platinum HVAC halftime report. The best at what we do. We'll have this week's O Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing Scholar athletes. Service so good, you'll find a reason to call. We'll also showcase our participating school administrators, first half highlights, and more. 1st and 10 with under 2 minutes to play. Darion Battle, shot out of a bottle rocket. He is down just past the 40-yard line. Close to a first down, but it's 2nd down and an inch.
9-yard gain on the play, 2nd down and 1.
Last week in that win against RH, 23 carries, 145 yards. He averaged 6 yards a touch, and he was in the end zone twice. Darion Battle, he is the name that they call the most for this Aquinas offense, and it's been happening today as well. Battle gets the ball on the pitch this time, sprints off to the right tackle, and a nice stop by number 40 for Hilton's defensive line, Calvin Starwall.
It is 1st and 10.
Great defensive play there by Starwald. Could be a candidate for the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. Prior to the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. We'll have to throw the challenge flag and see if the blocked punt is in the qualification there. 1st down and 10, play fake, throw out wide, caught. Nice route by the receiver, Thomas Levins, and he's still on his feet. Past the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown, Aquinas. You need many tacklers to bring him down. Thomas Levens with his third touchdown of the year. Hold on, though. A flag comes out. Trying to locate where it is on the field. I don't see it, Mike. Could be a after the play penalty.
Have a touchdown. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. White team number 4.
So Noah Collins-Howard, one of the receivers, he didn't catch the ball. Obviously, Thomas Levens got in the end zone. Perhaps his teammate getting a little too juiced up after that score, but the touchdown still stays. Another American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown.
Number 4. Hilton shows taking on a kickoff.
So they won't touch the point after attempt, but perhaps Hilton could get some good field position with 44 seconds left. You never know. Something could happen. It's been a tough day of tackling for Hilton, right? I mean, these Aquinas playmakers, they're getting out wide, they're in space, they're running around. And,
yeah.
And Hilton's just having trouble bringing them down.
I think it was Nick Pursuti who had Levens in his sights on that one and just wasn't able to bring him down in the open field, which led to the big gain, of course, in the touchdown.
Point after good from Joshua Campbell. 28-7, Little Irish on top. Coach Mo Jackson, he's got to be stoked with what's going on right now. His squad on top by 3 scores as we're nearing halftime here on Friday Night Rivals.
Chainlink is out and aluminum is in. These black aluminum fences are not only beautiful and durable, they are virtually maintenance-free. The Vinyl Outlet is one of the few companies that installs these fences using a no-dig system, keeping your yard perfect. Act fast, the Vinyl Outlet is running its 60-60-60 sale. Get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60 months no interest financing or 60% off installation. A lifetime warranty is included. Check us out online or call us for your free quote today.
Petnari's, our food sponsor for today's game. Make sure to check them out here in Hilton. 585-392-4450 or visit them at 918 Roosevelt Highway. How much does Jim Battaglia like?
Oh, he loves it. He loves it. Joe. I love it too. Joe, did you get any Petnari?
I had the cheeseburgers.
The
today.
Cheeseburgers?
Yeah. It was. Well, I was kind of scared at first because I got it and it was just in a paper box, if you will. And there wasn't any buns or ketchup or anything with it. I just had 2 patties, and so I just forked the knife.
Maybe it's me, but I show up too late. I don't get it. I get scraps if I get anything at all. I mean, Petnari's is delicious. You guys.
Our director Eric's got to have a couple in the fridge for postgame. Maybe he can hand one over. USA Installation kickoff here as we're getting closer and closer to halftime. No return there for the Cadets, just downed by Anthony Matrano. Let's see that last touchdown here for Aquinas.
Now keep an eye on 31 for Hilton, who just couldn't wrap up Levens.
And you see at the end there, too, Hilton's having that tough time. Oh.
Yeah.
Flag comes out there for the excessive celebration. So that's how Hilton got this solid field position at their own 41. But you saw there at the end of that play, right, the Hilton linebacker, number 44, pushes Levens to try and get him out of bounds, but he's just too strong.
Yeah.
Stays on his feet. We'll see if the Cadets can answer here with 40 seconds left. Catch and completion to Braden Pike, who is brought down just past midfield. Good thing for the Cadets, they have all 3 timeouts, so they'll burn one right here.
Yeah, Pike is a load to bring down there at 6'1", 219, and on the outside, if you see him coming your way, that's a challenge to bring down. He gets enough there for the first down. I was going to mention also that while Hilton was on defense, some good news from earlier, J.J. DiBattista was back on the field. We don't see him on the field right now for the Cadets offensively, as he's still getting tended to in the trainers' tables. I wonder how bad that ankle that looked like it got rolled up on earlier this quarter actually is.
Yeah, fantastic news. And obviously, Tyler Rieger as well. He's been a phenomenal backup running back, but if you can have that two-headed monster going into the second half, it gives Hilton its best chance of trying to come back into this game.
For sure.
That last Aquinas drive ended with a touchdown. Thomas Levens with a 37-yard catch. 9 plays, 91 yards for Aquinas. All of their touchdowns today have been over 20 yards. It's just big-time hitter, but they've also just been moving the ball methodically. They're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, and defensively, Hilton has to find a way to prevent these big plays from happening.
Good thing for the Cadets as well. They can double dip. They get the ball to start the second half. Kasarik, some room to run, and he's brought down just past the line of scrimmage. A rush of a yard. That's the last thing you want right now because Hilton has to burn another timeout.
Well, to Kasarik's credit there, he had a chance to pull the trigger, didn't. Probably better that he didn't because there was good coverage downfield by that little Irish secondary. So Kasarik instead eats it, takes the couple-yard gain, lives to play another play.
Well, if you're Aquinas head coach Mo Jackson, who's one of the best Section 5 players of all time, spent some time with the Bills, played for the BC Lions, Syracuse product, it's got to be one of the better halves of football he's seen, right? With his team up 28-7, everything hitting on both sides of the ball, he's got to be pretty happy.
Well, I was saying, going into this game, they might be playing their best football at the right time of year, and they're hot at the right time. And this is a couple of teams that are very evenly matched. You see it in the record. They have the exact same record coming in this game. They face the same opponents. They're a force right now. Aquinas looking really good tonight, and Jackson has to be pleased at what he's done here his second season as head coach with the Little Irish and building up this program.
Aquinas has only 2 losses to the top 2 teams in Class AA, McQuaid and Fairport. Second down and 9. Oh boy, Kasarik's brought down in the backfield. Hello once again to number 6, Quante Gillians. Comes up with the sack. Seems like Hilton won't burn that last time out. Boy, he has just been hounding in the backfield all day long.
Yeah, Hunter Tracy had no answer for Gillians on that. He's playing zest on that defensive line for the Little Irish, and he's been a menace in that backfield all night, that first half.
The Cadets will metaphorically punt on this drive and let the clock drain down to halftime. Tough one for the home team. For the road team, Aquinas, they have been on an absolute tear. The Little Irish up 28-7. Aquinas scored the first touchdown of the game. Hilton answered back with a blocked punt for a touchdown. And then since then, 21 unanswered points for Aquinas as the Little Irish try to pick up that 3rd seed in Class AA. They are in a prime position to do so right now. Mike Danger, what do you think Hilton has to do in the second half to kind of fix things up?
I mean, it's going to be a challenge, but I think they're going to have to get more going on the arm of their quarterback, Matt Kasarik. I feel like, if DiBattisto is less than 100% and you're struggling to run the ball against this athletic defense of the Little Irish, at some point you might have to air it out here. Some bigger plays, some bigger chunk plays.
So we just talked about Hilton. Now let's talk to Aquinas with the head coach, Mo Jackson. Hey, Coach, how did that first half go for you?
I think we executed pretty well. I'm happy with my guys' intensity, happy with their physicality. So we just got to make sure we stay technical with everything that we're doing and keep our foot on the gas.
Big plays there in the first half as well made the day, and I imagine you want to see more of that, some really crisp execution on offense.
Yeah, we got a team full of playmakers, and they're all hungry. So, our biggest thing is trying to feed them all. But they're having fun, and they understand now that it's always fun when we're executing. So hopefully we can stay the course and finish the football game.
Coach Jackson, thanks for the time. Best of luck in the second half.
Thank you.
All right, so Aquinas up 28-7 at the end of 24 minutes. The halftime show is coming up next, presented by Platinum 8.
Is water okay? Yeah, thank you.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Hi, thank you for calling Kangaroo.
Hello, Kangaroo.
Kangaroo.
Hi, what can I do for you today? Hello, Kangaroo.
I'm glad you called. Me too.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Why do you ride?
Why do I ride?
I like doing dangerous things safely.
I ride because I can't imagine not.
I'm kind of a gearhead.
I love being lost. There's no way I'm putting a GPS on my bike.
Knees in the breeze, man. It's like, there's nothing like it.
There's a love for riding that can't be explained unless you ride. And if you're ever injured on a motorcycle, we're ready to help. Hurt on a motorcycle? Call William Mattar, 444-4444.
Hello? Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over.
Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
This Saturday.
Oh, big push, what a run.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs turn up the heat at Homestead, Miami.
Here comes the pack.
It's a Sunshine State showdown where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Side by side down the backstretch. Oh, contact. Big crash. That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs
on CW Rochester. You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals and the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Time now to introduce you to this week's Triple O Scholar Athletes. Tyler Reisinger is this year's nominee from Hilton. Tyler is a member of the varsity football team, and his activities at Hilton include mock trials and serving as National Honor Society advisor. He's also active in Boy Scouts. And Lucas Leone is this year's Scholar Athlete selection from Aquinas. He is a 5-year starter and 4-year captain of the varsity football team. And academically, Lucas maintains a 4.0 GPA. The Scholar Athlete program recognizes student athletes to achieve both on and off the field. At the end of the season, one winner will be selected to receive a $5,000 scholarship to the school of their choice. We're grateful to Triple O Heating and Cooling for their generous support of the Scholar Athlete program. 2 players that we've talked about a lot throughout today's broadcast. How about that? You're great at football, you're great in the classroom. What else could you ask for? And what else could you ask for if you're Aquinas? 28-7 at the half. We'll continue with more halftime coverage after this.
Seasonal weather can take its toll on our home's exterior. Don't settle for inferior products with substandard installations. Since 1986, our mission has always been to provide quality investment that will increase your home's value. Contact us today to learn more.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive. I'll beat any price. But get out. How did you get in here? Dog door.
We don't have a dog.
I do.
What? Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
Local business is at the heart of every community. But lately, you're seeing a lot less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Volkswagen is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, sports teams, events, and organizations that we take part of in your community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Volkswagen in East Rochester. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
He's at the 20,
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too.
Go, go, go! Taken down at the 1-yard line. We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
In
these challenging times, our dedicated team at American Custom continues to provide top quality installations to every customer. We apply attention to every detail. You can trust our team to make sure the job is done right. Call American today.
You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
All Little Irish here in Hilton as Aquinas leads 28-7. We're rolling on with our Platinum HVAC halftime report, but let's check on some plays from around the country on both Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals.
The best Thursday Night Lights and Friday Night Rivals highlights from across the country.
The sophomore's going to be flushed, rolls, and somehow Ransom makes the one-handed catch. Oh, no, that's Browning, excuse me. Browning with the catch at the 15-yard line.
They got decoy this time. They're going deep. John Henry Collins. They caught Kanye Reed inside the 10-yard line.
Dunbar with plenty of time. Wilson on the keeper. Trying to get to the right side, and out tries a jump pass, and that is caught for a Dunbar touchdown. Derek Hardy.
Helfrich to be the hero. Clean snap. Wake Forest wins it. Helfrich knocks it home at the gun. And Wake Forest remains unbeaten. They move to 3-0, a 13-10 win over rival Heritage. Here from the 35. Overton, pressure from Hilton, sidesteps it. Now just going to heave it up, look into the far corner, tip up in the air. Caught by J.J. Bush! Touchdown, Bobcats, and Theodore wins it at the buzzer!
How many times do you see a game-winning kick and a Hail Mary? How many times do you see cool-looking pumpkins on the sideline, too? Happy Halloween, everyone, and happy senior night here in Hilton. Cadets trailing this one.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson. This is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
So you're going about 60. Is that about right? Okay. And the airbags deployed?
As head of the state's largest motor vehicle accident firm, William Matar is always seeking to gain new insight from car crash experts to keep him at the top of his game.
And the neck is still sore?
Who ordered the Exorezi? You single?
I know winter is the last thing you want to think about right now, but now is the time to get your home ready. Most homes have a hidden problem. They're poorly insulated, especially older homes. And ordinary insulation is too weak for a Rochester winter. Your home needs foam. So call now and save up to 80% with federal and New York State funding. For some people, it's even free, while funds are available. Why would you go another day paying high energy bills when you don't have to?
USA Insulation.
This week on CW Sports Saturday, the South's oldest rivalry kicks off when North Carolina battles Virginia.
Touchdown!
Then, the heat is on in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs at Homestead, Miami, where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Down the backstretch. Oh, big crash! That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
A full day of action on CW Sports Saturday.
On CW Rochester. You're watching the Platinum HVAC Halftime Report. Platinum HVAC, the best at what we do.
You gotta love it. Senior night here in Hilton. But, hey, there's also a future in Hilton football as well. Maybe we'll see her strap on the pads here soon. Hilton trailing this one, though, 28-7. And Mike Danger, it's been a back-and-forth game. We saw earlier on in the first quarter just back and forth action. And we'll just watch through all of these highlights here in the first half and see how things went down.
Yeah, I think it's just opportunities capitalized and opportunities missed. You see a perfect pass here from Buttles, and it's Collins Howard on the receiving end there to bring it down. Real impressed by that. And you see an incompletion here that leads to a punt being blocked, and Hilton's only points of the night.
Right, so the Cadets jump on that blocked punt, tie the game up. Then this felt like a turning point, right? But not for the it's for the other team, right? Hilton almost jumped on that football. Ever since that moment, Aquinas has been in control. All of the mistakes, they have just been thrown out of the window.
Yeah, and Logan, who almost cost his offense with that fumble, not one, but two rushing scores here in the first half from distance. He's showing off that speed, and Aquinas is in control.
So then the Cadets try and throw the ball over the middle here, trying to get some life going in the play-action game, but to no avail. Trent Buttles with the pick and then throws this passing touchdown to Thomas Levens. It's Levens' third touchdown of the year, and that's how Aquinas got out to that 28-7 lead. What number really stands out to you after these first half stats?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you see Aquinas doing what they're doing, not just rushing the ball, but also passing out. 2 touchdowns for Buttles, 4 for 7 passing through the air. An impressive first half for the Aquinas offense.
We'll be back with second half coverage after this here on Friday Night Rivals.
Since 1986, American Custom has provided home improvements to the entire Rochester area.
Now is the season to replace your old windows and upgrade to better quality that will last.
Call American Custom. Let us make your home look like new again.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive. I'll beat any price. But get out! How did you get in here? Dog door.
You don't have a dog.
I do.
What? Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
Turn your old deck into dollars with our deck trade-in program. You can trade in your old deck and earn cash back towards a brand new deck that is backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. Our decks outlast wood 3-to-1, and we build your new deck with top quality materials that look great for decades and are virtually maintenance-free. All you have to do is visit TradeInMyDeck.com, answer a few quick questions about your deck, and you'll see your estimated trade-in value instantly. Visit TradeInMyDeck.com for your new deck today.
Should have called Kangaroo.
Yeah, give us a call. Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Seasonal weather can take its toll on our home's exterior. Don't settle for inferior products with substandard installations. Since 1986, our mission has always been to provide quality investment that will increase your home's value. Contact us today to learn more.
Second half getting underway here shortly here at Hilton High School. The Hilton Cadets trailing 28-7 here in the regular season finale. The winner of today's game gets the 3 seed in the Class AA section tournament. Joe Puccio and Mike Danger back with you here in Hilton, New York. Just a short drive away from Lake Ontario. Chilly night in the mid-40s, but that's what you expect here in late October. And one man who is not bothered by the weather is the head coach, Rich Lipani. Coach,
that's
Lipani. How did the first half go for you?
The name's Lipani.
Well, Coach Lipani, how'd that first half go for you?
Yeah, not great.
What did you talk out to the team in the second half?
We got to tackle a little better and block, but wasn't great first half, no.
All right, Coach. Well, hey, thanks for the time. Best of luck in the second half.
The man of few words. Yeah. Well, there's an intensity with Coach Lipani, and I have a feeling that you'll see that intensity come out here the start of the second half. Hilton getting the ball to start the second half as well. They got to make the most out of this opportunity here.
Let's take a look at the Stellar Roofing halftime adjustments. Premier Roofing Solutions for Western New York.
Yeah, offensively, Aquinas, just keep your foot on the gas. You've made some big plays, and you want to put this game away. Stop their first drive here defensively, and Hilton's going to have an unbelievable uphill battle here in the second half. Get that push up front if you're Hilton's offense. Try to get things going in the run game and maybe get some big plays out of Kasorek in the passing game. And defensively, yeah, you know, you just heard Coach Lipani say it, blocking and tackling. I mean, it's the fundamentals of the game. You got to clean up some of that tackling. Too many big plays because you weren't able to wrap up, or you weren't able to bring down the playmakers on Aquinas.
Number 12, Joshua Campbell, the kickoff for Aquinas.
So Coach Lipani and Hilton gets the football to start the second half. Rough go of things in the first 24 minutes for Hilton. And Aquinas, who has been a more athletic team. We expected that coming into today's game. They have shown their athleticism in the first half. Little Irish to kick it off. The USA insulation kickoff off the right foot of Joshua Campbell, and the return begins inside the 30-yard line and ends inside of the 35. So a short return for Hilton, but now the Cadets offense comes onto the field. You heard Coach talk about it. You heard us talk about it with the halftime adjustments. It's about blocking, being physical, playing Hilton style of football that Coach Lipani has instilled in this Hilton program for nearly 40 years.
I think it's worth noting that we're going to see 27 to start here. Tyler Rieger in the backfield to start the second half. Steve Batesto's being tended to on the sideline here. I'm sure they're trying to wrap up his ankle, get him back in the game as soon as he can.
The quarterback, Kasarik, under center, passes on the first play, and Noah Tidings picks up his first reception of the game. Tackle just past the 40-yard line. Nice gain for Hilton to start off the second half.
Yeah, Nolan Tidings on the outside there, 6 foot, 170 pound senior to get things going here in the second half for the Cadet offense. And no, maybe that's the game plan here, is exploit the boundaries, get the ball to the outside, and try to break a big play here, break a tackle or two.
Nolan Tidings had one target in the first half, was trying to catch a touchdown, but the ball was overthrown. Second down run goes nowhere. Nice tackle by Lucas Leone, the leading tackler on this Aquinas squad by almost $1 billion at this point. Over 80 tackles on the year, and it's a third and short.
It's been fun watching him play tonight. I remember him coming in as a freshman, and the leadership that he exuded as a freshman for this Little Irish squad. Now as a senior here, and hoping to help guide the Little Irish to bigger things here as sectionals approach.
Short yardage here for the Cadets on 3rd and 3. The give to Rieger, and he gets the first down and more. Past the H logo at midfield and down at the Aquinas 46. That play good for a Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
Well, you can see what Rieger brings to this offense there. Quick feet and great vision, finding the hole and exploiting it for a first down. And Hilton doing exactly what they needed to do here with this first drive of the second half, moving it down the field and looking to get back on the scoreboard here in the second half.
Solid run game even without J.J. Battisto in the ball game. As Mike, you mentioned, he's still dealing with that ankle injury. We'll see if he checks in at any point in this drive. Same formation once again for the Cadets on 1st down and 10. The play fake. Kasarik rolls out. He's sacked. Did you forget about Quante Gillians? Hilton's been moving the ball well, but number 6, that interior nose tackle, comes up yet again.
He had 5 sacks coming into this game, and I've lost track of how many.
Yeah, it's got to be at his season total or past it at this point.
He's making a name for himself on the defensive side of the ball. He's been feasting on Kasorek in that Hilton backfield.
Coming into today, 21 tackles, 2 TFLs, and those 5 sacks. Second and long, Gillian's in the backfield again, and has another sack. Quante Gillian's again. And giving it a little bit to Hilton on the near sideline. He's got those Syracuse gloves on. Maybe he's got the orange and blue in his future.
He is a problem. He is a problem defensively. And Hilton needs to figure out a way to slow him down because he has been wrecking this Hilton offense tonight. There's J.J. DiBattista on the sideline. Right now, without his helmet, hard to imagine that he's going to come back into the game here, at least for this series.
Third and a mile. Kasarik, happy feet in the pocket, steps up, and he's brought down at the 45. Nowhere to go, but you could see Kasarik was pumping his hands together, not sure where to go with the football, and he's brought down for a short gain. Kasarik comes off the field, and Hilton punts once again.
Just great coverage downfield by the Aquinas secondary. We already saw one turnover by Kasarik earlier in this game. Again, live to play another down rather than throw the interception, although let's see what the punt does here for Hilton and what kind of field position they're going to set up Aquinas with.
Punt by Braden Pike with two returners back and a fair catch. Throw it up.
Number 8, Robert Carter.
Robert Carter threw his hand up in the air right before the ball landed in his hands, and you saw Carter move without the ball. Maybe it was just an instinct, I'm not entirely sure. But regardless, it sets up Aquinas first down and 10. So we were looking at those halftime stats, right? Aquinas with over 200 total yards in the first half. Which players in your mind, Mike, have really stood out to you?
I mean, when you look at Logan, 3 rushes, 92 yards, 2 touchdowns. Complete redemption after putting the ball on the turf early. 2 receptions, 55 yards, and a touchdown for Levins. And, of course, Collins Howard, 2 receptions, 51 yards, and that beautiful touchdown to start the scoring tonight for the Little Irish.
First down and 10 for Aquinas. Darian Battle with the first down rush. Cuts it to the outside. A flag thrown in the line of scrimmage, however. Aquinas trying to say it's on the Cadets, but we're not entirely sure.
It's in the neighborhood of hold. And
number 6, offense. 10 from the previous spot. First down.
So say it was in the area of holding, in the area of Quante Gillians, who we've been calling his name a lot tonight.
Yeah, it's the second time offensively that Gillians has had a holding call on him. The first time it happened, Hilton declined the penalty, and now this one will gladly be accepted. Number 6 on the left side of your screen here.
10-yard infraction. It'll be first down and 20 from the 11.
Yeah, kind of pulled Siro down there into that play. Drew the flag.
So it sets up a first and a ways to go here for the Little Irish, but they've shown us time and time again they can move the ball down the field. Darian Battle with a nice spin move, the line of scrimmage, but only gets a yard.
Hey, look, this is a Hilton squad that has a lot of pride, and you've got your opponent pinned back now. You're talking about 2nd and 18. Let's not let them off the hook here if you're Hilton's defense. Play tough, play discipline, play fundamental, wrap your guys up, and try to get the ball back for your offense. You can, close that lead up a little bit there. Decrease that deficit.
Second down and 18 with Trent Buttles in the shotgun. Looks to the near side, wants to throw, pirouettes. He's running out of room near the goal line, and he is sacked. Well, this is kind of the setup of how Hilton scored its lone touchdown of the game, drilling Aquinas deeper and deeper into their own territory. And that one, man, there was almost 2 points on the board for the Cadets.
Yeah, and earlier in this game, this is the kind of play that Buttles was able to escape and turn into a big game. Not this time, and this is what I'm talking about. This is a squad with a lot of pride. And if they get back to their fundamentals, they're going to be tough. At minimum, don't make it so easy for Aquinas here in the second half. And then you see Jake McMahon, the senior,
playing the interior position this week for Hilton. And now lines up as the right nose tackle. 3rd and 27, an obvious rundown for Aquinas. Can they get out of the shadow of the goalposts? They can, and much more. Darian Battle, will he get a first down? No, he will not. He's just 2 yards short on the 25-yard rush. From 3rd and 27 to 4th and 2. This makes it a down and distance where you can go for it.
Yeah, and Battle, this is what he does. I mean, averaging just under 100 yards per game, and every time he touches the ball, he can take it to the house. You have to worry about it. He almost did there and made it into a 4th and manageable, although it looks like the field position that they have is going to be a punt here for Aquinas.
All Irish understanding that they just got to come away with a win, right? Then you get the 3 seed. Doesn't matter how much you win by as long as you win. So Aquinas being conservative here. The punt from Santino Young goes near the 50-yard line, and the fair catch thrown up by Matthew Kasarik. We'll see Kasarik operate this Hilton offense when we come back. The Cadets have not scored a touchdown on offense today. Can it happen on this drive? Find out next here on the law offices of William Mattar. Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group.
Local business is at the heart of every community, but lately you're seeing less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Honda is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, organizations, sports teams, and events that we're part of in your local community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Honda in Penfield. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by The Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. Back at Hilton High School, saw the scoreboard there in the top left. Now you see it there on our beautiful score bug. It's 28-7, Aquinas on top. Hilton's got the football near midfield, though, and Mike Danger, if Hilton's going to score its first touchdown on offense in today's game, given that their first touchdown was on a blocked punt in the end zone, how do the Cadets do it?
Yeah, it starts up front. It starts with that push, and the size that they have up front, you would think that they should be able to run the football. Now, we should mention also that J.J. DiBattista, who's been their leading rusher throughout the course of this season, is on the sideline. He doesn't look like he's coming back into this game. So let's see what kind of a dose we get here from Tyler Rieger, who's been filling in. We're talking about the 6'1", 175-pound sophomore tailback.
First down give to Rieger, and bottled up once again for a loss. That Aquinas defensive line, it's like they're shrinking the offensive linemen, picking them up and throwing them away. It doesn't even matter.
Yeah, you see Tano Ariuso there, making plays on the defensive side of the ball. Quante Gillians, these are leaders, right? These are leaders for this squad. These are captains. These guys have a lot. They know that there's a lot on the line here. They want nothing more than to be able to host a sectional game next weekend. They're taking advantage of their opportunities here on defense.
When we talked with Coach Lipani coming into this third quarter, he talked about up front, the offensive line's got to hold up. It does so here, but Kasarik runs out of the pocket, past midfield, and goes out of bounds near the line to gain. We'll see exactly where they spot this with a conglomeration of red and white jerseys on the near side.
Yeah, I can't blame Kasarik for not pulling the trigger downfield. I mean, Aquinas secondary has done a great job all night tonight of keeping everything in front of them, and that play was no different. For Kasarik, rather than risk the turnover, tuck and run, try to make something out of nothing, and third and manageable here for the Cadets.
So 3rd and 3 is the official ruling, and the handoff to Rieger, but before the give, a false start on the Cadets. First time we're seeing a penalty on Hilton today. A well-disciplined club. You have to imagine with a coach that's been running this program for nearly 40 years.
False start. Offense. Number 87, 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yeah, these administrative penalties are out of character. You don't usually see Hilton and Aquinas, well-coached teams with false starts, especially at a critical time like this. 3rd and 3, but you see the movement on the left side of the line there by 87.
And when you have a well-disciplined team, when those penalties happen, you got to imagine that the coach Lipani is not too happy. I mean, we talked about it. We talked with him coming into this third quarter. He was not a happy camper coming out of that locker room, and for good reason. 3rd and 8, throw out is caught by the receiver near the line to gain, and perhaps it's a first down. The side judge is standing about a yard short of the yard marker, but the ball is spotted right at the yard to gain. Nice catch by Gianluca Ariuso. the cousin of Gaetano Ariuso on Aquinas.
You got some Ariusos on both sides of the ball tonight. Luke Ariuso here.
And Gaetano makes the tackle. How about that?
Probably dates back to when they were young, and you see a little mutual respect at the end.
Cool.
Family members. It's a proud family, the Ariuso family. A rich history of athletes in Section 5.
I bet you Hilton saying, yeah, that's cool and whatnot, but it's also 4th and 1. And so the Cadets go for it and get the first down with Tyler Rieger. Another short gain, just like we've seen all day today, but it picks up another Kangaroo first down. Lakeside Roofing and Contracting, home of Kangaroo. We hop to it.
They needed that, boy. And this drive continues now as the third quarter winds down to 4 minutes. They've got something going here with this drive. Let's see if they can continue here, Joe.
The big question is, can that offensive line stay up on pass plays? The answer on that one's no. But the flag does come out from the back, Judge. Maybe it helps out Hilton. You can just tell when they're running the football, it's pretty simple, right? You can pull the guards, have all that fun. But in pass plays, Aquinas is getting to the backfield.
Number 58 offense. Penalties refused. Second down.
Is that the worst for an offense when you give up a sack and you're called for a hold?
Yeah.
It's got to be
a tough look. And you can see, I mean, this defensive line of Aquinas has just been overwhelming Hilton offensively. And again, to break it down to the fundamentals, like Coach Lipani said, coming out of halftime, blocking and tackling. And on the offensive side of the ball, the blocking hasn't been as crisp as I think Coach Lipani would like to see tonight.
Second down and long for the Cadets. Kasarik to throw again. Steps up in the pocket. Runs up the middle. And he stopped just past the 45. So you're seeing Kasarik, when he gets to his back foot, a decision has to be made. And you got to give that quarterback credit. Number 12 for Hilton. He's done a good job of pulling the ball when he needs to and making a play when that pocket is immediately collapsing.
Yeah, I mean, I think save for the one interception, the one bad decision he's made tonight. I mean, he's been pretty much right on with his decision-making tonight for the most part. And again, just a great job by the secondary of Aquinas and keeping everything in front of them, making it hard for him to get that ball downfield.
Blitz coming. Kasarik zips across the middle, but it's short. Kasarik hit as he's throwing. And the ball lands just past the 30, incomplete. Hilton just hasn't had that big play like we've seen. I mean, Aquinas has scored all 4 of their touchdowns on big hitters. For Hilton, their only touchdown today was a blocked punt in the first quarter that was recovered in the end zone. The offense has not scored a point today.
Hey, Joe, while we have a second, the guy that did recover that block punt, Kyle Sorrow, should just mention, I mean, this guy was pulled up in sectionals as a freshman. He tore his ACL as a sophomore here as a cadet, and now as a senior, on senior night, to recover that touchdown. That's a memorable moment, regardless of what the outcome of this game. I'm sure he wants to win, but a big night for the senior, Sorrow.
Indeed. Solid return for Robert Carter down near the 30. And so Aquinas gets the football again. Prior to the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be selecting the Vinyl Outlet Defense Play of the Game. The Vinyl Outlet, Western New York's best porch, deck, and fence installations. Some good candidates. I think you could write down about 10 plays from Quante Gillians, the nose tackle for Aquinas, but we've seen it on both sides of the ball. The defenses have had some stellar plays. Just Aquinas offensively, we talked about it just a few minutes ago, they've had those splash plays that have gotten them in the end zone that Hilton just hasn't had. So the Little Irish with the ball once again. Darion Battle gets the first down handoff, and he's wrapped up right near the line of scrimmage. Nice tackle by Caleb Grayson, the nose tackle for Hilton, number 10. Gain of 1 for Battle. So once again, the winner of this game is the 3 seed in the Class AA sectional tournament. Right now, the 1 seed is still up for grabs between McQuaid and Fairport. Those 2 teams playing right now. The winner of that game gets the 1 seed, the loser gets the 2. And right now Aquinas is saying, hey, we're in the best position possible to get the 3 seed after that short gain to Noah Collins-Howard.
He runs out of bounds.
The loser of this game is the 4 seed, but we won't know who these two teams will be playing in sectionals until the end of the day tomorrow when University Prep plays Penfield. If U Prep wins, then the loser of this game is the 5 seed. If U Prep loses, then the loser of today's game is the 4 seed. 3rd and 8 for Aquinas. Buttles back to throw again, and it's caught! High pointing the football. Alexis Rosado, the senior wideout, makes his first catch on his first target. Last week, he also had 1 catch. It was 50 yards and a touchdown. Today, that catch good enough to put the ball in Hilton's side of the field. Wow.
Just an absolute bullet just over the outstretched hands of Tyler Rieger, who's made some big plays this season defensively for this Cadet defense, and I know that's one he wishes he could get back, because just getting a fingertip on that prevents that big play from happening. You can't say enough about the throw there from Buttles. Fantastic play.
That was put right over Rieger's outstretched hand, and then good focus as well by Rosado with that hand in his face to still make the catch. So Buttles decides to throw it again. He's hit as he's thrown, and that ball is batted down. Rieger almost had that one-handed interception, but instead he knocks the ball down, and it creates 2nd down. That's one that Hilton wants back.
Yeah.
Back-to-back plays for Rieger that he's going to go to sleep at night and say, man, I wish I had that first bat down and maybe this interception right
Yeah,
here.
I mean, the coverage is good downfield. You could see it's thrown a little bit short, and one of the few inaccurate throws we've seen out of Buttles. But yeah, Rieger on back-to-back plays here, right in the middle of it. They're targeting him. And he's playing center field here as the one lone safety back for Hilton. Actually, they go too high now.
A lot of pass plays here from Aquinas in this drive, and here's another one. 2nd and 10. That one batted down at the line. Nice hands by number 50 for Hilton, Kyle Sorrow.
Yep.
Having one heck of a day.
Yep. Talked about the touchdown earlier and battling back from all the adversities of a torn ACL as a sophomore. Special night for Kyle Sorrow, and a big play on defense there to bat it down and force a 3rd and long.
Positives for Hilton defensively here on this drive. Sure, he gave up a couple big plays, but they're getting closer and closer to Trent Buttles. The receivers out wide, flip-flopping. Not entirely sure exactly where they'll set up. Now they're ready to go as Buttles gets the shotgun snap. Pressure off to the right. Buttles escapes the pocket, drops back. He's looking for more room. Pirouettes near midfield, still on his feet, tucks it. Looking to throw again, throws off his back foot. It is incomplete. Almost the play of the year on Friday Night Rivals falls out of Alexis Rosado's hands. Almost landed in number 2, Thomas Levin's hands. But after all that, it's incomplete.
Another play where Trent Buttles is the master illusionist. You think you have him, you don't. He disappears, turns, pirouettes. There's just absolutely nothing that the Hilton defenders can do to get him on the ground. He extends the play, his receivers improvise, and he almost has the big game downfield. Wow, that's not the first time we've seen Buttles make that kind of play tonight here for Aquinas.
And the natural pressure for Hilton gets to the backfield, and all he had to do was just contain Buttles. They did, but then he just squeaks out after 3 spins. Aquinas going forward on 4th down. Buttles across the middle, complete. Rosado's got that one, and the ball's out. The refs blow the whistle and say incomplete pass.
Yeah, so Rosado never had control, and now we see a late flag come in.
This one's on the Hilton sideline. The side judge.
Just a warning.
Wonder if it's just a warning or officially will be penalized for it. The side judge, when he threw the flag up, he looked back to the sideline saying, fellas, I've already told you this, you got to get back, but perhaps just a warning.
All right, so the turnover on downs.
That's big for Hilton. Aquinas has gotten those splashy plays all throughout the game. That's the first time we've seen the Little Irish be unsuccessful in picking up 20, 30 yards in the air. Hilton back with its backup running back, number 27, Tyler Rieger. And he gets his name called on the first down and 10 carry. About a gain of 5 or 6 on the play. Clock runs with 25 left here in this third quarter after a first half that had 35 combined points. Unless Hilton runs a play right here and finds the end zone, we'll have a scoreless third quarter. Looks like the Cadets will try and run one more play before the end of things in the third. On second down and 2 on their own side of the field. Kasarik gets the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls out right. Nice catch to the fullback, Calvin Starwald, and he is out past the 45 for a first down to end the third quarter. Nice pitch and catch there to end the third. Maybe it fuels some momentum for Hilton going into the fourth. Aquinas on top, 28-7. You're watching the law offices of William Matar Friday Night Rivals, driven by Bob Johnson Automotive Group.
Wrongful death after a motor vehicle crash, the words say it all, but do not begin to capture the anguish, the suffering, and the loss. It's hard not to be emotional during a time like that, but that's exactly the time when you need someone to be clear-headed, eyes open, and know exactly what has to be done to protect survivors and to get some justice. That someone will be me, William Matar, when you call 444-4444.
Local business is at the heart of every community. But lately, you're seeing a lot less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Volkswagen is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, sports teams, events, and organizations that we take part of in your community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Volkswagen in East Rochester. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive. I'll beat any price. But get out! How did you get in here? Dog door.
We don't have a dog.
I do. What?
Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
This week on CW Sports Saturday, the South's oldest rivalry kicks off when North Carolina battles Virginia. Touchdown! Then, the heat is on in the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs at Homestead, Miami, where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Down the backstretch. Oh, crash. That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
A full day of action on CW Sports Saturday.
On CW Rochester.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Final quarter of the regular season for both Aquinas and Hilton. The winner of this game is the 3 seed in the Class AA tournament. Right now, you would say it's Aquinas, but Hilton says, hey, hold on just 1 second. We got the football to start the fourth quarter. They start with a first down and 10 handoff to Tyler Rieger. His name's been called a lot throughout this game because the lead back, J.J. DiBattisto, is out, we presume, with a lower body injury. We saw him go down in the second quarter and haven't seen him come out into the ball game since then. So Hilton trying to run the football with its backup running back, who's had some mild success throughout this game, wouldn't you say, Mike?
Yeah, he's impressive. He can make some plays. We've seen him do it on both sides of the ball.
Almost an interception again for Aquinas. Darian Battle, the running back who's playing safety for Aquinas, almost comes away with a pick in the passing game for Hilton. That's kind of where the negatives lie for the Cadets today. They just haven't been able to move the ball in the air.
It's been a challenge. The pass rush of the Little Irish has been menacing. The secondary has been disciplined. They've kept everything in front of them. They've kept the coverages tight. And that speed of Aquinas, that athleticism of Aquinas has been a problem for Hilton to contain.
3rd and 8. How about more pressure? That ball batted down by the mean man, Quante Gillians. He's got those Syracuse orange and blue gloves on. You got to imagine after Cuse's loss yesterday, Fran Brown wants that nose tackle on the inside. Look at him. He's playing defensive end there.
Absolutely.
He's a nose tackle playing left end spot, and he beats the left tackle with no problem.
Yeah, and this is nothing new. This has been Gillians all night tonight.
Just look at him compared to everybody else. A man amongst boys, number 6, Quante Gillians, the senior, 6'4", 265. Hilton trying to go for it on 4th down. Pump fake from Kasarik. Throws to the left side. He's got a man. Can they find the first down marker? Yes. Braden Pike is down just near the 20-yard line. The senior tight end on senior night makes a big play to keep Hilton in this ball game. Kasarik pump fakes, still scans for options, and he gets his tight end.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's the only way that you're going to find open guys, and he was as wide open as you can get. Pike doing what he needed to do with the ball in his hands there, getting the first down, extending this drive for the Cadets. And a great job by Kasarik staying poised, using the pump fake to free some defenders, and then going reverse to find the wide open Pike for the big gain.
So Pike picks up the Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company. But we also have an Aquinas player down on the field. We don't have a number on who is down for the Little Irish right now, but we saw the injury earlier to DiBattisto on the Hilton side of things, especially at this point late in the season. I remember you talked about this earlier, Mike. Everyone's beat up.
Yeah.
Everyone is fatigued, but this is the part of the season when you arguably need to be your healthiest. And Aquinas right now on one knee, they're hoping that their brother can get up.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I caught a glimpse of 25 on the turf at the end of that play. That would be Tano Ariuso, one of the team captains for this Little Irish squad. So let's hope that he's okay.
The junior at 5'11", 210. Comes into today with nearly 40 tackles on the season and a tackle for loss. And we talked about him earlier in this game as well. He had a tackle on his cousin who plays for Hilton. Gianluca Ariuso, the Hilton cousin of the man who's down on the field right now for Aquinas, Tano Ariuso.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson, this is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
Closed captioning for tonight's game is brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet, the best in fences, decks, railings, and porches. Joe Puccio and Mike Danger back with you here at Hilton High School at historic LeBeau Field. Right now, Aquinas up 28-7. And good news for Gaetano Ariuso. He is good on his feet, and his cousin right there, Gianluca, comes up to shake hands with his cousin. Everyone's all right. That's something that, just makes you feel happy. This is something that's really good to see, both them being healthy and seeing the family battle here on the field. So Hilton came up with a big 4th down conversion to stay in this game. And Kasarik, the quarterback, with the keeper, he's brought down once again at the line of scrimmage. Number 12's been on that turf for many plays today, but he's also the reason why this game is still only a 3-score game.
Yeah, and Deep Prospero there, the name that we're calling, got through that offensive line of Hilton to make the play there on Kasarik.
5'9", 245, also plays right guard on offense for Aquinas. So 2nd down and 11 for the Cadets. I form once again. Kasarik drops back. Floater to the end zone. Incomplete. Past the outstretched arm of Braden Pike, the tight end, who was the receiver on that fourth down conversion. But that overthrow sets up 3rd and 11.
Yeah, and Ernst with him step by step and step for step on that attempt down there. You can see some hand fighting going on. Nothing there that's going to draw a flag.
That's great defense from Ernst.
Yeah, great coverage downfield like we've seen pretty much all night from the Little Irish defense, their secondary specifically.
Cadets back against the wall once again. 3rd and 11. Kasarik looks to his strong side, zips across the middle, caught inside the 5 and dragged down at the 2. Gianluca Ariuso with the catch for a Tracy Door Company first down, but a flag is out for Hilton. Ariuso having a great day. Have to see what this flag's
That
on.
ball, delay a game, offense, 5 yards from the previous spot, still first down.
So Ariuso spun the ball. You see there the ref saying, hey, spun it. That's delay a game. So a 5-yard penalty on Tano Ariuso.
Hey, great play by Ariuso, and after the simple spinning of the ball there. You want to throw a flag for that, I suppose, but
put him in cuffs.
Coach Lipani having a chuckle.
You see those police lights out there?
Yeah.
That's for Ariuso.
Aquinas.
So Aquinas calls a timeout as the Hilton Cadets are inside the Ide family of dealerships. Red zone, Ide, we'd love your business. So it's not a huge penalty, right? It just pushes them back 5 yards. 1st and goal at the 7. And Mo Jackson, the Aquinas head coach, clearly frustrated with something that has gone wrong, even though that last delay of game penalty was against the opponent. I bet you both coaching staffs have a little bit of something to say right now in particular.
I'm not a professional lip reader, but I'm fairly certain I heard Coach Jackson say, come on, man, a couple of times. Come on, man.
Put him on ESPN, the Monday Night Countdown crew would love to have him. And Mo Jackson, he has run a solid program, right? I mean, this is only his 2nd season as the head coach of Aquinas. The 20th head coach in Aquinas history. The first man of color to be the Aquinas head coach. Big deal to him. He said that he takes a lot of pride in being the first man of color to be the Aquinas head coach. And he has fielded a squad these last 2 years that have been tough to beat.
Boy, it would be something if you saw a sectional final between Aquinas and McQuaid, who have traditionally been the 2 big powerhouses in Class AA. McQuaid, the 5-time defending sectional champion, and Aquinas looking to get back to that stature, that expectation of winning sectionals every year. And Jackson's done a great job of bringing these guys back, and say it throughout the course of tonight, I really feel like they're playing their best football at the right time of year. They really started to come together as a unit here as the Section 5 regular season comes to a close.
Aquinas' defense with a nice stop on 1st and goal. So it comes up with 2nd and goal inside the 10-yard line. I form for Kasarik. Fakes the pitch. Looks to his receiver. Is it caught? No, it's not. Incomplete at the goal line. No argument from Lucas Russell, the wide receiver. Pass falls incomplete. Nice play design, but Hilton just can't execute.
Yeah, and for Kasarik, I mean, avoiding a sack there, delivering the ball, and just unfortunate you're not able to complete that. I mean, the steps to a completed play and the execution that goes in it, Hilton's just been just slightly short, just a little bit off tonight, offensively.
Third and goal. Fade route. Over his head, incomplete. Looking to go to Braden Pike. Not a bad call, looking at your 6'1" tight end to say, hey, go up and make a play. But it falls incomplete.
Yeah, and it's a play that Pike has made throughout the course of this season for the Cadets. So you can't fault the attempt there with the fade route. And now facing fourth down. Let's see what Coach Lipani, the offensive play caller as well, what he has dialed up for his cadets.
They targeted the safety, Amir Brewer. First time we're talking about Brewer today. Just his 5th game on defense and 8th game of the season for Aquinas, filling in at that safety role. 4th down and goal. Perhaps the last chance for the Cadets. Back corner throw. Touchdown, Hilton. Throw it up to Nolan Tidings, and he'll make the play. The Cadets inch closer. They say, Aquinas, this game's not over yet. With an American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touchdown. The home improvement company that cares. 2 big 4th down plays for Hilton, Mike, that arguably keep him in this ballgame.
Yeah, and for Tidings, big touchdown and great throw there by Kasarik as well.
Both kickers perfect on PATs so far, and all of a sudden it's a 2-score game. Nearly 9 minutes to go here in the regular season finale. Aquinas has been rolling throughout, but Hilton scores its first touchdown since the first quarter. High-level action here in Hilton as the 3rd seed in Class AA is up for grabs.
Local business is at the heart of every community, but lately you're seeing less local and a lot more corporate. But Ide Honda is still locally owned. So when you do business with us, not only are you supporting a local family-owned business, but you're also supporting the hundreds of charities, organizations, sports teams, and events that we're part of in your local community. So if you're in the market for a vehicle or service, please visit us at Ide Honda in Penfield. We're here, we're local, and we'd love to earn your business.
That's the kind of Hilton drive that we've been expecting. 11 plays, 40 yards. They are a team that runs the ball a lot. They don't get a lot of yards, but they find the end zone. And today, Hilton's offense finds the end zone for the first time today, a passing touchdown to Nolan Tidings.
Yeah, Kasarik has played a nice game tonight. He had one unfortunate decision in the first half. It cost him a turnover there with the interception, but he's made some good decisions throughout the course of tonight. That was an impressive drive there. Very poised as Hilton finds the end zone on offense for the first time tonight.
Nice USA insulation kickoff from Hilton. The return down just past the 30. So if you're Mo Jackson and Aquinas right now, what are you thinking? Just run this football, kill the clock, or, hey, you know what, let's do what we've been doing all day. Go down, score a touchdown on a big-time play, and really put the nail in the coffin for Hilton.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say your senior running back there, number 5, Battle, is probably somebody that you want to get involved here. They haven't really shown that they can slow him down when they've handed the ball off to him. We've seen some big chunk plays happen on the outside and the edges with their speed, but maybe just battle up the middle.
Well, we listen to Mike Danger. Darion Battle gets a nice gain on that play. Clock will keep running, just under 9 minutes to go. Both running backs have been stellar today, Darion Battle and Jeffrey Logan. Logan with the 2 touchdowns. Darion Battle has been the man who's touched the ball the most for Aquinas' offense today. So keep your eye on number 5, Battle, and number 15 on the right of your screen there, Jeffrey Logan.
The pretty potent 1-2 punch that they have in that backfield. And, oh, by the way, if they do want to use some size in the pass game, Quante Gillian's there as a tight end. We've called his name a lot on defense.
He sets up the block for Battle as he cuts it to the outside, but he is hit-sticked just past the line of scrimmage. Braden Pike makes the tackle. Sets up 3rd and 6th for Aquinas. Big down and distance here, right? If the Little Irish can't convert here, Hilton can get the football back in a 2-score game. You never know what happens.
Yeah, and all of their timeouts and plenty of time to make things happen. They've made some big plays here, especially on that last drive this second half. So still very much a ball game here for the Cadets. Got to get the Little Irish offense off the field here with a 3rd and 6.
See how Aquinas battles it. Loaded box for the Cadets. Buttles to throw. Over the middle. He's got a man. It's caught. Collins Howard inside the 30. Noah Collins Howard, the big play machine for the Aquinas Little Irish, brings him inside Hilton territory.
You can see Rieger playing center field here, and this is one I think he'd want to have back. Is normally you want to keep everything in front of you, but that speed of Collins Howard gets behind the Cadet defense, the Cadet secondary for the big play, first down.
Collins has those twitchy motions. I mean, when he caught that football, he kind of looked like a college receiver, already having his head up, trying to see where he can make a play. And Collins Howard, he has been a fantastic ball player to watch today. Picks up the Tracy Dorr Company first down. So first down and 10. Collins Howard went out of bounds. So the clock stops for now. And the handoff to Battle will keep the clock running unless Battle can get to the end zone. Cuts into the 20, and he's down just inside the red zone. So one rush, one first down for Darian Battle. That time he's down in the field of play, so the clock will run at 7:10 and melting. Oh, wow, they actually said he did not get the first down.
They marked him just a yard short of the first down there, so a second and short for the Little Irish now. Working into the red zone.
If anything, that's good for Aquinas, right? You run another play, a new set of downs, kind of shortens or makes the game longer, which is good in this scenario. So second and short, pitch out to Battle, picks up a block on the right side, spins to the inside, still on his feet, and he's tornadoed down to the ground at the 10-yard line. Another Tracy Dorr Company first down for Aquinas.
Who's brought down number 2, Braden Pike, and number 20, Jose DeSortes of the Cadets.
Yeah, put your hands on your hips, Battle. You're inside the I family of dealerships red zone, and you've been a phenomenal player out of the backfield today for the Little Irish. He was called upon 23 times last week in a 50-24 win against Rush Henrietta. He's got to be close to that number in today's game. So first down and 10. Little Irish letting the clock run. And another handoff to Battle. Went left and then went back right. So still trying to make some plays happen.
Hey, and how about the game that Buttles has had today, too? I mean, you talk about some really accurate passes, big plays in the pass game, and also just his elusiveness under pressure, extending plays, some improvisation, and just the command of this offense. He's impressive. This has been an impressive performance by the Little Irish quarterback.
He might be the perfect build for quarterback for this Aquinas team. You have all these playmakers that need the ball, but you also have an awesome running back behind you. So if you can be elusive and be a playmaker athlete yourself, I mean, who do you cover if you're the defense?
Yeah.
Aquinas looking to score and put this game on ice. Battle gets the handoff, cuts up the middle. He had nowhere to go on the left side, went back to his right, and gets a couple of yards. He's a tough customer back there, number 5.
That rush there puts him over the century mark, Joe, so that's over 100 yards rushing for Battle on the night as he heads to the sideline.
Nearly 800 rush yards on the season, 780 rushing yards on the campaign. Averages 9 yards per carry, and you can see why. So third and short, Jeffrey Logan in at running back. The give to Logan, sprints up the middle. Did he get the first down? I don't think so. I think he stopped right at the 5. So the Hilton defense comes up with a stop, and we'll see if the Cadets want to burn a timeout. Looks like they won't, as the field goal unit comes onto the field. First time we'll see Joshua Campbell kick a field goal today. He's 3 for 3 on the season. He's missed 1 PAT all year. He's a perfect 4 for 4 on point after attempts today.
You're looking to make it a 3-score game here with the field goal, so rather than try to convert on the 4th and short, let's add some points to the scoreboard here if you're Aquinas.
And so a timeout taken.
Aquinas.
Mo Jackson running down the clock as much as he can. And the Little Irish have one timeout to go. Well, we've been talking about it all day. The defense play of the game presented by the Vinyl Outlet. And now we have our winner. Here is tonight's Vinyl Outlet defense play of the game.
The defense play of the game is brought to you by the Vinyl Outlet. The Vinyl Outlet. Let us transform your home.
One of the lone highlights for Hilton today, a blocked punt on special teams, lands in the end zone. The Cadets jump on it for their first touchdown of the game.
Yeah, Caleb Grayson with the blocked kick, and Kyle Sorrow, who's battled through adversity as a cadet with the torn ACL, as a sophomore, the senior, making a play that he'll remember on senior night here. And unfortunately, it's not going Hilton's way on the scoreboard, but Kyle Sorrow will have that memory for a lifetime. Big play there in special teams and our defense play of the game.
And that was a big moment in the game, too, right? Aquinas had scored that first touchdown. Hilton didn't score on their first offensive drive. Put this game in a tie contest, but then the Cadets couldn't answer back with Aquinas' offense. So here's Joshua Campbell for the field goal attempt, and that one is good. So a 15-yard field goal, or 22-yard field goal, I should say, for Joshua Campbell. He's now a perfect 4 for 4 on field goals this year. Makes it a 3-score game with Aquinas up 31-14. A slow, methodical drive for Aquinas, but Mike, that's kind of what they wanted to do at this point in the game.
That's right. Now you leave Hilton with just under 3.5 minutes to go. They have all their timeouts, but a 3-score game with 3.5 minutes to go, it feels like there's a pretty significant uphill battle here for the Cadets.
If you're the Little Irish, you got to be on cloud 9 right now. You just went to Hilton. Not an easy trip, not a difficult trip, of course. It's all Rochester High School football, but you got to drive up north, take on Hilton, a team that's just as good as you are on paper, go into their place, and by the looks of things right now, if this score stays the same, it's a 3-score win, and Aquinas gets the 3 seed in a home game next week.
And Hilton has had success against Aquinas here at LeBeau Field, and there's some players here at Aquinas, and I'm sure have a long memory. They're avenging some of that success that Hilton had here tonight.
Well, how about you look at this, Mike? Number 35, J.J.D. Batista. He has his helmet on, so maybe we see him on this drive, unless the Cadets can't fall in this football. They do, and the Cadets returner is down just past the 30-yard line. Batista, number 35, the top back, and arguably the best player on this Hilton team, has his helmet on, standing on the near sideline, but as the offense huddles, number 35 is not a part of the mix.
Well, I hope he's okay, and he's a fun and exciting player to watch for the Cadets, and certainly going to need him here down the stretch as you get ready for sectionals.
And Hilton's got a playoff game. They're in. They're either the 3 or the 4 seed, so they'll need their top back in for sure. Or they could keep going to Braden Pike on the outside, who's got another catch for a gain of nearly 10. And it is a gain of 10 for a Hilton first down.
It'll be first and 10 Cadets.
They move the sticks on the Tracy Door Company first down for 3 generations. The Tracy Door Company. More importantly, too, Pike goes out of bounds there, so it stops the clock at 3:14. Yes, as you mentioned, right, it's an uphill battle, Mike. If you're the Cadets, though, you're thinking about the playoffs, how your offense is going to look in late October and hopefully November as well. Got to try and score anytime you get the ball. First and 10. Nice spin move from the QB, but he can't spin enough. The sack from Brady Lennox, the junior D lineman. He comes in and sets Matt Kasarik down. Hilton going with no huddle. Their receivers didn't know it. Now they get back to the line as Hilton's trying to step on the gas. Flag thrown right before the play.
Yeah, that was just a little sloppy execution there offensively, a false start.
False start. Offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
I think there was some miscommunication there. Receivers didn't know where they needed to line up. I don't think they realized they were going hurry up in that situation.
That was the first time they've gone hurry up today. They're trying to score here at the end of the ball game. So not only is there a flag for the false start, but because we're at this point in the game, the clock will run on those dead ball penalties. So The Cadets have to step up to the football here with the clock ticking, 2.5 left in the game. Kasarik in the shotgun. Gets the snap, pressure to his right, sprints off to his left, and he's wrapped up at the 35-yard line. Frankie Burgess, the junior D lineman, makes the stop in what's been an impressive day for the Little Irish D-line. Hilton, hurry up again with 3rd and forever. Kasarik to throw again. Flutters in the pocket, sprints out, and he is sacked again. Man, Brody Lennox has a second sack in this drive.
It'll bring up 4th down for the Cadets.
Has been the story of the ballgame. Aquinas' D-line beaten up on the Hilton O-line. And now the Cadets will call a timeout before 4th and long.
Cadets.
Once again, we'd like to give a big shout out to Petinaries, our food sponsor for today's game. Check them out at 318 Roosevelt Highway here in Hilton, or give them a call at 585-392-4450.
That's our spot in Hilton, Joe. That's
spot?
Yeah, that is.
I know you're a Hilton man,
that
so
is
you
the
know
spot.
I trust your word more than anyone.
If you know, you know, and that is.
What do they do best? So we had their burgers today. So
what don't they do at Petinaries? I mean, it
was my first experience.
Unassuming, just a great location, right? And some connections with this Hilton program as well as JJ Batista, we've been talking about a lot. Actually works there as well. So yeah, there's a connection there. It's a great spot, and we encourage everybody to support local.
Anytime you throw a vowel at the end of a restaurant name, you're in a good spot. So here's 4th and 19. Kasarik deep to throw, and it is intercepted. Thomas Levens gets his paws on the football, and that might just do it. The nail in the coffin, the sophomore DB, Thomas Levens, secures the potential victory for the Little Irish. Kasarik puts up a prayer into quadruple coverage. The ball's been bouncing Aquinas' way all day long as the Hilton fans begin their procession out of LeBeau Field. Aquinas in victory formation. Arguably the biggest win of the season for the Little Irish as they secure the 3rd seed in the Class AA tournament. So here is how everything shakes out. Aquinas takes the 3 seed and will have home field advantage against the 6 seed. Right now, over in Rochester, Fairport leads 31-21 over McQuaid. So it seems like Fairport will be the 1 seed in this tournament, and the 2 seed will be McQuaid. So the 3 seed will be Aquinas after today's win. The loser in Hilton is the 4 seed. If UPrep loses tomorrow against Penfield, then Hilton will drop down to the 5 seed. If UPrep loses, Hilton is the 4 seed. If UPrep wins, Hilton is the 5. But more importantly, this Aquinas team, they are the 3 seed in Class AA. They go on the road to Hilton, New York, and take down the Cadets by a 3-score margin. 31-14 the final. Aquinas over Hilton. Athletes on both sides of the ball for Aquinas. Hilton brought its physicality, but couldn't match Aquinas' offensive prowess. We'll have post-game coverage coming up here on Friday Night Rivals after this. You'll see the trophy presentation, and we will sign off for the final time this year. Aquinas, winners over Hilton, 31-14.
Remember, you can call me anytime.
Anytime?
Oh, this is my client.
Hello! Injury attorney William Matar always puts his clients first.
I gotta take this.
There you go.
Sorry, I gotta take this.
He's recovered millions for injured accident victims. Easy out, easy out.
Ooh, it's mine. This is William.
Hurt in a car? Call William Matar.
Honey, where's the best place to fix chairs?
Bob Johnson.
Chairs, like this one.
Bob Johnson doesn't fix furniture, but we service and repair every car, truck, and SUV there is. Best inventory, best service, best pricing, best people. Bob Johnson. This is where the savings are.
Bob Johnson.
I know winter is the last thing you want to think about right now, but now is the time to get your home ready. Most homes have a hidden problem. They're poorly insulated, especially older homes. And ordinary insulation is too weak for a Rochester winter. Your home needs foam. So call now and save up to 80% with federal and New York State funding. For some people, it's even free, while funds are available. Why would you go another day paying high energy bills when you don't have to?
USA Insulation.
This Saturday.
Oh, big push. What a run.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs turn up the heat at Homestead, Miami.
Here comes the pack.
It's a Sunshine State showdown where 4 drivers will move on and 4 will go home.
Side by side down the backstretch. Oh, contact. Big crash. That completely shakes things up in these playoffs.
The NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs
on CW Rochester.
Well, we got a final score here in Hilton. The Aquinas Lil Irish, they are the 3 seed in the Class AA section tournament after a 31-14 win on the road against Hilton. And it was a game where Aquinas brought their athleticism, bringing the ball out wide, and things went well for the Aquinas Lil Irish. Let's throw things down to Mike Danger, who's with the head coach of Aquinas Institute, Mo Jackson.
Thanks a lot, Joe. Coach Jackson delivering his post-game victory speech to his Aquinas Little Irish. And boy, they got to be feeling pretty good after tonight's win here in Hilton and the opportunity to host a sectional game next week as the playoffs get underway. Coach, just wrapping up here. Coach Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Sectionals at home next week. What do you think about that?
To us, it's going to be just another game. We got to prepare like we prepared every week. We're going to go out there and give it our best week of preparation and go out there and try to win a ball game.
Feel like you guys are playing their best football at the right time of year?
I think we're peaking at the right time. We of course, in this game, when you're playing quality opponents, you always get exposed in some ways. So we got some things to clean up, and we will.
Very good. Want to present you and your gentlemen with the Friday Night Rivals trophy. Congratulations on the big win. Back to you, Joe.
Well, thanks so much, Mike. And if you're an Aquinas Little Irish fan, you've got to be smiling wide with your team, as Mo Jackson is saying, peaking at the right time. Well, that will do it for our coverage here of Friday Night Lights this season. All of us would like to take a moment to thank the wonderful sponsor partners. Law offices of William Matar, Bob Johnson Automotive Group, Triple O Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Plumbing, and Platinum HVAC, who through their contributions to the program make these games possible for you viewers at home. We'd also like to thank our other great sponsor supporters for their contributions to our 2024 Friday Night Rivals telecasts. Lakeside Roofing, Tracy Door Company, The Vinyl Outlet, USA Insulation, the Ide family of dealerships, Stellar Roofing, American Custom, and Exteriors and Interiors. And we'd especially like to thank tonight's participating high schools and their administrators for their continued support, Aquinas Institute, and our host, Hilton High School. And before we sign off for the final time here this season, let's give a special thank you to our crew who has dedicated all of their time throughout this year, both with Thursday Night Lights broadcasts in Buffalo and Friday Night Rivals games here in Rochester. Let's go through them. John Hanna on stats. Our engineers, Dan Worth and Mike Sobolewski. Mike Kane on audio. Our freezing cameramen who have to wear freezing cold attire every single day. And women. Jay LaDolce, Matt Tharp, Enya Muffalato, and Tim Irving. Brandon Rudd, Mark Trena, and Kyle Barker on replay. I missaid your name, Ina Muffalato. I truly apologize for my horrible work here as the play-by-play guy. Trevor Butts on graphics, our wonderful director, Eric Carpy, and our executive producer, Gordon Blaine. With Mike Danger, I'm Joe Puccio signing off from Hilton High School, where the Aquinas Lil Irish take down the Hilton Cadets by a final score of 31-14. It's the Aquinas Lil Irish who are the 3 seed in Class AA, and tomorrow we'll find out if Hilton is
Hello? Hey, Joey, Grandpa's coming over. Hey, Mom, Grandpa's on his way over.
It's important that your garage door is working properly. Call Tracy Door Company for garage doors, openers, or service. 585-426-6060.
For 3 generations, the Tracy Door Company.
Finding a quality roofer can be tough.
I'm tough and a little invasive. I'll beat any price. But get out! How did you get in here? Dog door.
We don't have a dog.
I do.
What? Stellar Roofing's professional staff and industry-leading warranty guarantee your investment for decades to come.
Stellar Roofing.
He's at the 20.
We fixed that. We fixed that. We fixed that too. Go, go, go!
Taken down at the 1-yard line.
We don't fix that.
Triple O will make you go, oh, oh, oh. Triple O.
Water. It seems harmless, but when it finds its way into a basement, it can wreak havoc. From mold and mildew to structural damage, no homeowner wants to face these issues. Don't let a small crack turn into a big problem. Contact Storm Basement Waterproofing today.
Get the 13 Wham News app now. Instant alerts the second news breaks. Chime in with your videos and photos. Watch 13 Wham News anywhere. Download their 13 Wham News app now. Brought to you by BobJohnsonNews.com.
The National Weather Desk covers America's weather now. 200 meteorologists provide valuable insight into the world of weather. Watch the National Weather Desk.
You're watching CW Rochester. We now join the regularly scheduled program already in progress.
Misty?
You know this person?
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations treats.
Wherever this time of year takes you, Macy's is here to help you shift seasons in style with your favorite fall brands. So lean into the excitement for what's ahead, because this fall, we've got a lot to look forward to.
Kamala Harris wants us to believe that she is something new. But is she really?
Would you have done something differently than President Biden?
There is not a thing that comes to mind in terms of, and I've been a part of most of the decisions.
In other words, she wants more of the same. More inflation, more open borders, more disastrous foreign policy. Why would anyone vote for more of this? Restoration PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
CW Sports Saturday kicks off with North Carolina and Virginia. Touchdown! Then, the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoffs heat up at Homestead, Miami.
That completely shakes things up.
A full day of action on CW Sports Saturday.
On CW Rochester.
It's a better place to buy a car.
I street ride.
Adventure ride.
Trail ride.
Tour ride.
I road ride.
Dual sport ride.
In the parking lot, learning how to ride.
I'm just a guy who rides a motorcycle.
And if you're ever injured on a motorcycle, we're ready to help. Call 444-4444.
I need you to love me, babe.
We should have dinner with a white man.
Yes, Justin Timberlake.
I love you so freaking much.
Weekdays at 4:30 on CW Rochester.
Scan the code for 13web.com's Community Connection and learn about Hockey Fights Cancer with the Canandaigua Knights hockey team Saturday, November 30th.